Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
In East Rutherford, New Jersey, it's the warmest December home game for the Jets in 6 years. In January, I should say, and or December, mid-50s, as the coaches enjoy very little wind, a place usually where you worry about the wind. Robert Saleh missed the last game, off the COVID list now, and of course Bruce Arians a close call, but good to go today. Looking at the NFC, as Brady wants a better seeding, we at least know the Bucs, as a division winner, will have one home game. Still a chance. A lot has to happen for them to get the top seed. Right now the Packers have that. Braxton Berrios back to receive, ran one back for a touchdown last week in the Jets' victory, and good moves here to get up to the 27-yard line. That's Keelan Cole instead of Berrios, who may be in the starting lineup at receiver. Let's check in with Jen Hale.
Tom Brady has rewritten so many records in his career, Chris. Now today, he's getting ready to set a new one for largest age difference between opposing starting quarterbacks. Brady is 44, Jets starter Zach Wilson 22. They're actually birthday twins, both born on August 3rd, exactly 22 years apart. So basically, Brady's been an NFL quarterback for as long as Wilson has been alive. Wilson was 1 year old during Brady's rookie career. Crazy stuff.
All right, thank you, Jen. A quick snap, and here comes the flag. That pass across Michael Carter, the 35-yard line, after Keelan Cole's return, and Braxton Berrios will be in the starting lineup at receiver for Jamison Crowder. Bucs offside, according to Alex Kemp.
Offside, defense number 93. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
You know, how many times do we see teams come out and defer and try to play that best case scenario where you have the possession at the end of the half and you try to double up on a team? I love the fact that Robert Saleh today with Zach Wilson, you just heard Jen Hale talk about that age difference and everything that he's got going on mentally going up against Tom Brady. Let's put him out there on the opening series. Let's take the ball after we win the toss.
And there may be some defensive shuffling for the Bucs. Some transportation issues in their secondary that we'll get to, as that's tipped and knocked away. Trying to get to Berrios, and it was Nelson who knocked that ball away. The 22-year-old Zach Wilson with his offensive line. And you'll note there that Connor McGovern, who had played every snap at center, he's out with the injury. So Dan Feeney snapping the ball now to Wilson.
Yeah, and a team that rushed the ball for 273 yards last week against Jacksonville. But one of the strengths of this Buccaneers defense is their run defense, even with their two edge guys out of the lineup. Michael Carter.
What a run from Carter. If he gets a block, he could go down that sideline. And he's still going inside the 15 of Tampa Bay. 118 yards last week. And the rookie with a big run here.
Now I want you to watch Carlton Davis, number 24. He's the guy that should make this tackle. You leave the guy unblocked right there. He's got to make that play. And then really good balance by Michael Carter as he goes through. Good work by Jeff Smith down the field. That's how you get your big runs, is good performance by the running back through that line of scrimmage, but he needs the help of his wide receivers down the field.
A 57-yard run. Austin Walter comes in. By the way, Tevin Coleman inactive today. And he gets the carry. Walter inside the 10. Tampa Bay defense, you heard from Ndamukong Suh a moment ago. Shaq Barrett remains out. They'll have him back for the playoffs they expect, along with Levante David. But in the secondary, Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy-Bunting, they had COVID, came off the list, had to fly separately, had some transportation issues. They have arrived at the stadium, but Pierre Desir, who's played quite a bit with all the injuries and COVID issues, is out there right now. Quick pass from the 10. There's a flag down. And moving toward the goal line is Berrios. May have another first down. We'll check that spot.
Offside. Defense number 9. That penalty is inclined. Resulting in the plays of first down from the Jets.
Joe Tryon-Shoyinka playing more because of JPP being out, and the rookie called for the penalty.
Yeah, you're going to have the movement right there, but watch this play. You're going to get one-on-one blocking. Morgan Moses is going to be able to get out there. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif right there with the block. That's really well designed. They had them outnumbered on that quick little wide receiver screen.
Michael Carter back in at running back. Wilson in motion. Carter straight ahead. And can't quite get to the goal line.
Yeah, I still think you want to challenge the edges against Tampa Bay when you're running the football. There is no Shaq Barrett. There is no JPP. They've got good players out there, but you want to stay away from that interior. That is pretty formidable when you talk about Ndamukong Suh and Vita Vea. William Golston coming off a real nice game last weekend, so pretty stout inside between the tackles.
Teams run less against Tampa Bay because they can't have success than any other team in the NFL. But here is the Carter snap, and then he flips to Braxton Berrios in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets!
I really love the decision to take the ball after you win the toss. You get the big explosive run to get down in the red zone, and you don't hold anything in the bag. Here it is. It's the New York Jets special, not the Philly special. Little toss right here to Michael Carter. Zach Wilson's going to sneak out in the flat. Good job by Braxton Berrios. He knows he can get that in just carrying it.
Berrios on the touchdown run, and what an opening drive. The decision to take the football when they won the toss. And the rookie behind the rookie. Wilson to Carter, and then Berrios in the end zone for his second touchdown. The Jets lead the defending Super Bowl champs.
This year, make good on your resolution to join a community that knows no bounds. Gather with more friends, experiencing places unknown. And become part of a family that knows the best adventures are the ones we share. Embrace each day, knowing that no matter where you go, it'll be one you never forget.
Shop and buy online with Jeep eShop, where right now, get 0% financing for 72 months on select 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee models.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is all about T-Mobile with their great phone deals for everyone every day, including customers on Sprint. Tell us more, Diane.
New and existing customers on the Magenta Max plan can trade up to the new iPhone 13 Pro, and T-Mobile will pay for it. Customers can also get a free year of Apple TV+. I know you love Ted Lasso, George.
Guilty as charged. T-Mobile is bringing it all together for the holidays.
Upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro on us. Plus, get a free year of Apple TV+, only at T-Mobile.
At Lowe's, with endless ways to organize what you need, you'll find some of the peace of mind you want at prices you really want. Start the year fresh at Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Store and Save event now, in-store and online.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Jr. with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
What's the fallout from WWE Day 1 and what's next for the Universal Champion Roman Reigns? Find out on the first SmackDown of the new year, live this Friday at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Get the $5 Your Way meal with the Double Whopper Jr.
That's the greatest feeling in the world. That's what it's all about.
Pat Summerall here with John Madden.
You always got this. You always know how much time there is, and boom! Now you're talking. I mean, this is football. Football is my life.
In honor of John and all he meant to Fox and to the NFL, his image will now be placed on the corner of the screen because without him, Fox NFL wouldn't be what it is today. Circling that, just like John Madden would have done, working the telestrator. Darryl Johnston, Chris Myers here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and what a statement by the youthful Jets. That run by Carter to set up the score, longest for a Jet since 2018. He has 2 rushing touchdowns this season, 4 overall. And now the Jet defense will be tested against Brady.
John would have loved that opening drive, right? A nice big 57-yard run to get it. And this is a team that ran for 273 last week, the most any team has rushed for this season. So a little tribute there, a little back old school physical style football. And the great thing about John is it wasn't just his impact as a coach and as an analyst, but just as an ambassador to the game. He brought so many fans to the game of football that probably wouldn't have been fans. It hadn't been just for John Madden and his personality.
For the younger generation, I mean, television, he brought the NFL to life in your living room through TV in so many ways. From the 25-yard line, Ronald Jones, the back, he gets the handoff from Brady, and Jones pushing his way up across the 30. Tom Brady, you know, he's won an MVP 3 times, of course, the Super Bowl, but he's never done this for an entire season, led in all 4 of these categories. We still have 2 regular season games to go, but those are impressive numbers for a guy at age 44. And really, some of the numbers are better after 40 than they were when he was in his 20s.
Yeah, makes sense, right? Can't lead all 4 until you're 44. So it's just amazing what he continues to do. And even a guy like Zach Wilson sitting down to watch film, different styles at the quarterback position, but just to try and get any information on how to play at such a high level.
Brady's quick pass is caught by Jones, but tackled right away. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Brandon Eccles, the rookie from Kentucky, who's come on for Robert Saleh's defense right there. And this offensive line, Ryan Jensen, you always got to watch his temper, right? He's out there at any point, winning, losing, it doesn't matter. But this is 3 Pro Bowlers and probably the best right tackle in the game in Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, the saving grace for this Buccaneers team, we know about the injuries to the skill position, but they've been able to have consistency throughout the season. Ali Marpet missed 1 game. Other than that, that's been that starting 5 all season. I cannot tell you how important that is. It makes everybody else in the offense better when you've got those big guys up front in a cohesive unit.
Threatening blitz, they drop back. Brady's throw on 3rd down, a clutch grab. There's Mike Evans, who's off the COVID list and away from the hamstring. Bryce Hall right with him, and Antonio Brown is back as well. We'll check that flag.
Pass interference, defense number 37. Penalties decline, 1st down.
The call on Bryce Hall, 2nd-year player. That's a young secondary for the Jets, but he was able to hang on to it.
Yeah, and maybe an opportunity for some growth right here. It's a good coverage by Bryce Hall right there. The pass interference, but I like the physical style. I like not backing down from Mike Evans, who's one of the elite receivers in the NFL.
Brady on 1st down. Down the sideline and misses Gronkowski. He had Ronald Jones open short, but I think he was trying to take a bigger bite of the apple with Gronkowski. This Jet defense, and they've had to do a lot of shuffling. Sheldon Rankin starting up front for Quinnen Williams, and you miss his 6 sacks. But Darryl, that secondary, this is one of the youngest secondaries, made up of 1st and 2nd-year players, including Michael Carter II, who's the nickelback. Don't be confused.
Yeah, it's been a revolving door back there in that secondary with a lot of guys in and out of the lineup, as you pointed out. Very, very young, too, so an opportunity for them to take a step today against some good wide receivers. It'll be interesting to see what they do against the run. They're 30th in the NFL, and Tampa Bay should be focused on that a little bit.
Catch made Tyler Johnson to the 45, just short of a 1st down. It'll bring up 3rd and about a yard. And, of course, Tom Brady over the years familiar with, even though this is a new group of Jets, familiar with from his AFC East division days with the Patriots, dominating the Jets, whoever they trotted out there. Some Jet fans. It was interesting that a lot of Buck fans, but he got some cheers coming out. Of course, there are a lot of Jet fans that want to do everything they can to heckle Tom Brady.
Yeah, they only have to see him once a year. They don't mind that. They don't want to see him twice a year.
Extra lineman in, Josh Wells for Tampa Bay. Less than a yard is needed. Straight ahead Jones, and he's got it. Career starts for that defense we're talking about. You combine all that. These are all the starters of the Jets defense compared to the career starts of Tom Brady.
The numbers that you can bring up with Tom Brady are just absolutely amazing, what he's done throughout his career statistically, but that, talent over time. Tom has always been available. He had that 1 ACL injury that 1 season where he was out, but it's amazing how healthy he has stayed.
Ronald Jones, the Jets string that out, run him out of bounds. We'll give C.J. Mosley, who leads the team in in tackles and is 5th in the NFL. He's the leader, the on-field leader of that defense. To give him credit for the tackle on Jones, who's playing for Leonard Fournette, again, who has been out. Giovanni Bernard got hurt. He was their 3rd down back. He's out of the picture rest of the way, but they expect Fournette back for the postseason. Yeah, but Ronald Jones has got an opportunity right here to perform in the passing game. We all know how dynamic he is as a runner. I think that just that opening pass that Tom threw to him, not a big gainer, but just some confidence in his hands. And either an overthrow or a mix-up, Antonio Brown. And there's a great example of what they need to accomplish over the next 2 weeks getting ready to go into the playoffs. When you get into playoff football, you cannot have quarterback and wide receiver not on the same page right there. Antonio Brown is coming to the inside. Tom is throwing the ball to the outside. That is the biggest thing for them over the next 2 weeks, is to get all that stuff dialed in. Yeah, that's what Bruce Arians said. We want Tom to find his niche with each guy. And Le'Veon Bell, who they have added, practiced quite a bit this week. He's in the backfield. Good hands, good pass protector. And now he splits out, so it's an empty backfield. That's Bell at the bottom of your screen. Wearing number 6, thank you. And Brady dumps it off to Bell. And he spins out of a tackle. And inside the 35 of the Jets, 1st down, Bucs. Well, we've got a little experiment going on, right? We got to get Antonio Brown and Tom Brady on the right page. The other thing we got to check out to see, how is Le'Veon Bell going to do in our passing game? They love his hands. They love his ability with the football in his hands after he catches it. This is the area where if they can get some snaps for Le'Veon Bell to build that confidence, because the Buccaneers know what's going to happen in the playoffs. The defenses are going to play 2 shell. They're not going to let anybody behind them. They're going to make them check everything down up front. To be able to have your running back become an important part of that passing game is going to be critical for them over the next 2 weeks. Picked up 15 yards. Keyshawn Vaughn in at running back. Fake to him. Brady will flip it to Gronkowski, who slips one jet and gets pounded out of bounds down around the 26-27 yard line of New York. Brady spraying the ball around. Yeah, and that's the thing that's going to be really dangerous about this offense going into the playoffs if they get this sorted out. There are so many weapons, even with Chris Godwin out of the lineup with his injury. They still have a ton of playmakers out there, and it's just getting Tom comfortable in the skill sets that they have in those certain situations. Yeah, the tight ends have kind of chewed up this Jet defense, and of Brady's 37 touchdowns, 10 of them have gone to the tight end position, 6 to Gronkowski. On a 2nd down 4, Vaughn slips a tackle inside the 20. He's got a 1st down. Here comes a flag. Thrown at the 24-yard line. Keyshawn Vaughn, 2nd year back from Vanderbilt.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 54. After this into the goal line, automatic 1st down.
Ronald Blair was just called up from the practice squad. Called for that penalty. Ball spotted at the 10, 1st and goal. You see right there, Keyshawn Vaughn coming through. They're inadvertent, but got a handful of that face mask and didn't let go of it. Bucs averaging about 30 points a game. That's 2nd in the NFL. Since Brady's arrived here, they've averaged the most points of any team in the NFL. Vaughn has it, and he works inside the 5 of the Jets. And as they go through this whole process of transitioning guys into the spots with the guys who have been on COVID, who have some injuries, you start to see, the depth of this roster. And General Manager Jason Light has just done an outstanding job. I was so impressed that he was able to not only get all 22 starters back to take a shot to go back-to-back, but the key backup players on those roles for this team coming into the season. And now we're starting to see, a guy like Keyshawn Vaughn, a guy like Cyril Grayson, adding some depth for these young guys in this offense. So you got Cameron Brate in the backfield with Brady. Now he's moving. Brady floats one for the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans hauls it in. And the cameraman over there got taken out. Still photographer after the touchdown toss. The 38th of this year for Brady. It's just one of those simple checks at the line of scrimmage, right? You're going to put formation to the right side. You're going to get one-on-one on the backside with Mike Evans in the red zone. And there's some really good chemistry right there. A little bit of back shoulder between Tom Brady and Mike Evans. One-on-one, tough to stay with Evans at 6'5". That's his 12th touchdown catch this season. Ryan Suckup for the extra point. 3 third-down conversions on that drive. Just does slip that through. We're tied at 7. A little bit of an offensive explosion here in this opening quarter, but Brady on his game, as he usually is against the Jets. 73 career touchdown grabs for Evans.
I don't care about any award show. I haven't seen my Clio in a week.
It's the industry's highest honor.
My queen. My beautiful queen.
Caesar, what are you doing?
A romantic evening of tacos and chill.
Here's your acceptance speech. Do not improvise.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all Caesar's. Pause for ovation.
Not that part.
When I was but a young Caesar.
Didn't I say don't improvise?
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
This crazy suit gonna give me an edge?
Oh, yeah. Huge edge. Invisibility gives Aaron Donald an edge on his game.
Who hit me?
Just like a verified approval gives you an edge on your offer.
I did.
When you need a competitive edge in the housing game, Rocket can.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
There's still time to enter your Fox Super 6 picks for a chance at $100,000 of Terry's money. Download the app now and play for free.
Today's game is sponsored by Coors Light, made to chill.
Tom Brady's history against the Jets. Steps in for Drew Bledsoe, history making in 2001. And coming into today, these were the numbers. I think they're only going to add one on there, just like, and who knows how many more they will add. That was a 75-yard drive over 6 minutes. They had those third down conversions. Going toe-to-toe with Zach Wilson and the Jets to start this game. And that's what Arian said. As long as our guys up front are good with Brady, we know we're going to score in terms of getting to a Super Bowl and repeating.
No, it's such a luxury. But you have to look at the Jets on the other side, too. That was a nice opening drive for them. Their offensive line, they've got their guys back. Elijah Vera-Tucker was out last week. Laurent Duvernay-Tardif was out last week, so that shores them up.
And it's Berrios back there with Cole, but Berrios on the return here. And he's still going. Leads the NFL in kickoff return yardage and an alternate for the Pro Bowl up to the 26-yard line. Well, time to celebrate. Fox Super 6 giving away over $6 million in cash prizes. You still have a chance to win even more today. Scan the QR code and enter the NFL Sunday Challenge. A free chance at $100,000. It's not too late to enter. We hope you do. Play now and win. Well, the rookie, Zach Wilson, he wore number 1 at BYU. I asked him why he switched. He said, well, I didn't want to wear number 1 in the NFL. I'm not quite there yet, but I was the second draft pick. So I'll take the 2. Maybe in time I could move that number up. First down, it's Michael Carter. And back to the line of scrimmage, Anthony Nelson making the tackle. The rookies are leading the Jets team in all 3 yardage categories on offense. Zach Wilson. They got Michael Carter on the ground, Elijah Moore, who's out injured today on the receiving end. But only 2 teams in the last 70 years have had rookies lead in all 3 of those categories if those numbers hold up. That's the Bills in '68 and the 2012 Browns.
Yeah, the method of Robert Saleh and his staff is to get those guys out there and let them play. There's a lot of young guys that are major contributors to this Jets team on both sides of the football.
Wilson drops, has time, athletes short of the 30. It's Carter gets up near the 33. We mentioned some travel problems for Sean Murphy Bunting and Jamel Dean, and let's check in with Jen on that story.
Chris, you cannot make this stuff up. Sean Murphy Bunting and Jamel Dean now out on the field. They ran out here about 1:11 and have been frantically warming up. Okay, so they cleared off the COVID list last night, supposed to take a private plane this morning from Tampa and arrive a little bit before 9 a.m. They get to the airport, guess what? Their pilot tested positive for COVID, so they had to scramble and find a second pilot. Once they did that, they had some weather that they had to avoid and alter the flight plan to go around an even further way. It's 2022, Chris, but it seems like a rewind to 2021.
Well, they're here now and suited up nicely as the completion to Jeff Smith, the second-year player who's coming on, according to the Jets, and making a nice sliding grab for a first down up at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, really nice job here. Watch this deep in route and the throw by Zach Wilson. There's going to be a small window as he comes into the middle of the field right there. He's got to get it in between the linebackers in front of that corner. Heck of a throw by Zach Wilson right there in that small window.
Picked up 13, Austin Walter, second-year running back from Rice, former Giant at 49ers, the back. Berrios in motion, the pitch to Walter, and he slips one tackle, and he's across midfield. Walter inside the 40 of the Bucs.
Not only that, Chris, the former Dallas Renegade from the XFL had the opportunity to work with Austin Walter last spring, and as good a running back as he is, and he'll break formation. You watch some film on him back in Rice, and he can go outside in the slot. He can run the wide receiver tree for you, but just a great kid on top of that. So happy to see him have an opportunity to get some plays today.
Some excellent blocking. He was a healthy and active last week against Jacksonville, but he played in 3 of the 4 previous games. Most extensive action was back in November. Did have a touchdown run. Stays in the game after he picked up 14.
I love to see young quarterbacks with a good cadence and working that snap count. Got his own guys this time, though.
Number 72, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, remember on the opening drive, he got the Bucs to jump twice.
Yeah.
And this one's working against the Jets. It'll back them up 5 inside the 44 of Tampa Bay. Each team scoring the first time they touch the ball on offense. Berrios in motion. Instead, Walter gets the handoff down to 41. Defensive coordinator Todd Bowles, the former Jet head coach, that first year got 10 wins. I asked him, I said, what would you, if Robert Saleh came to you after 1 year and said, what advice would you have after 1 year as coach of the Jets? And he said, I would want that advice before my first year. But he said, no hard feelings. Learned a lot of good people with the Jets, and hopes to get another opportunity as a head coach. And he's on a few lists. Ty Johnson is in at running back. Wilson to throw and completes. Daniel Brown, who is starting at tight end with Tyler Croft out because of COVID. So the tight ends are Kenny Yeboah and Daniel Brown. And if you need that extra lineman, Connor McDermott is available.
One of the big things about Todd Bowles' defense is it's all based on pressure, and that's going to be something we'll have to keep an eye on here today. Zach Wilson has struggled when teams have blitzed him, and nobody really blitzes more right now than Todd Bowles. And now that he's got his secondary healthy and doesn't have to kind of protect them a little bit with coverage.
7 sacks last week for the Bucs, 44 for the year. That's second in the NFL. Pressure is picked up, and there's Berrios with a first down catch to the 27-yard line of the Bucs.
Now, one of the things that Robert Saleh talked about this week after the performance by Zach Wilson last week against Jacksonville was how good a place he is mentally with his game right now, and he's being very, very patient here to start the game. He's not panicking. He's taking his checkdowns. You know, the Tampa Bay team, they're going to try to put pressure on you. They're not going to give you anything cheap over the top, so you're going to have to be patient and drop that ball underneath, and that's exactly what Zach Wilson has done on the opening 2 series.
So he's redirecting.
Yeah, make sure you get everybody set now. There you go.
Yeah, Jeff Smith, and that's Austin Walter. There's Smith behind him. He wanted to get him the football. Maybe it's a good thing he didn't catch that with 2 Buccaneers waiting. Mike Edwards back there has got 3 interceptions for Tampa Bay and also scored a couple of touchdowns. Yeah, this Bucs defense, 50 sacks is the team record for a season. Of course, we'll have this extra game this season, but they have 44 so far, second in the NFL behind Miami, 1 behind the Dolphins. It's this first quarter, and it's just 26 seconds remaining. A lot of running around back here, a lot of motion. Blitz is on. Wilson protected and couldn't hold high. Jeff Smith. Mike Edwards back there. Let's get a game break. Carissa Thompson, what's going on?
Well, Chris, not good news for Matthew Stafford. Coming off a 3-interception game last week, throws another one here. It's returned by Chuck Clark for 6. Ravens up 7-0. Chris?
All right, thanks for the update. Rams trying to move up in their seeding process as they are in as a wild card and protect the West. This is the way the AFC North looks. Cleveland plays Pittsburgh Monday night. 3rd down 10. Wilson catch. He held on at the 15-yard line. Kenny Yeboah gets the first down.
Finding these little windows in the zone underneath in the middle of the field. This time it's Kenny Yeboah right there. Just kind of throttles it down a little bit on the back shoulder. Does a nice job controlling that to the ground.
And that's the end of the opening quarter. Robert Saleh has to like the way his rookie quarterback is running things. We'll head to the second quarter. Darryl Johnston, Chris Myers, and crew. Exciting so far with the Bucs and Jets all tied, and the Jets are on the move. The Bucs only give up an average of 87, 88 yards an entire game. So they're moving the ball. Their rushing yards last week, Darryl, you mentioned the 237. They're most by any
273.
Team, most by any team in the NFL last year.
Yeah.
And an extra lineman in now, so that would indicate.
And you're going right at the strength of this defense. They're 3rd in the NFL against that rush. And notorious under Todd Bowles is always being a really, really hard defense to run the ball effectively against.
But you see the numbers, Zach Wilson, 6 out of 9 so far. Walter the back. Connor McDermott, the extra lineman. Walter can't get anywhere, maybe a yard, falling forward. Jordan Whitehead, the tone setter of that defense, having a terrific year from his safety spot, making the tackle.
Yeah, you get those big guys up front, and Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, they tie up the offensive line, and Kevin Minter does a nice job of seeing that gap and kind of shoots that gap to make Austin Walter stop his feet in the backfield.
And you're wondering why Michael Carter isn't out there, the running back. They're checking him for a concussion. Ty Johnson is now in at running back. And he's got the catch and works down the sideline inside the 10-yard line. That would be big if Michael Carter, the 4th-round rookie from North Carolina, who has come on so big, you saw him in action in that opening quarter. If that concussion keeps him out the rest of the game. Again, just being checked on at the moment.
Yeah, career high last week, 16 carries, 118 yards. And Ty Johnson, that's an improvement there. Had some careless drops during the course of the early part of the season, kind of fell out of favor a bit. So, you know, that's something that he can build on right there with a nice play on that screen.
3rd down 4. Ty Johnson roaming around in the backfield. Zach Wilson fires, catch made, leaping toward the end zone. It's a touchdown, Braxton Berrios. It was ruled a touchdown. The official right there as he flips it to some Jet fans, but we'll check that foot going just by the hit to really extend by the out of bounds marker.
I mean, his quickness is so impressive because of his return ability, and you can see right there down the sideline, that's a touchdown.
Wow.
For Braxton Berrios. Great job working that sideline, being able to keep that plant foot in bounds. Look at right there. That's outstanding.
I mean, he's only 5'9", but he extended. What a career rebirth he's having. And we have an injured player, George Fant. Hope he's okay. And they'll check on him, but the touchdown, good by Braxton Berrios, and the Jets have the lead.
What's your emergency? Hi, I've been in a car accident. My car slipped. There's water getting the car, and I can't get out.
911, what is your emergency? I came out paddleboarding, and a hard wind is pushing me out to sea.
Okay, do not hang up.
911, what's your emergency?
I'm here as a farm. I broke my leg straight down 21 feet. I sure need help quick.
Are you by yourself? Yes. Have you tried to get out? Have you tried to bust the window or something?
I'm pretty far out in the ocean.
I can't get to my cell phone. I'm talking on my Apple Watch.
Try to keep talking to me. Okay.
I can't fight the wind anymore.
It's getting deeper. It's getting to my neck.
Please hurry. I'm hurting real bad.
You're going to seek help, okay?
I see them.
They're opening the door.
Hold on. Are you in an air pocket?
I'm just at the driver's seat.
Okay, so your head is above water?
Yes, sir.
It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends, that can help build your house, and if need be, power that house. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. The fully electric F-150 Lightning.
Seton Hall clashes with UConn. And Michigan State battles Michigan. College hoops tip off Saturday at 11:30 Eastern on Fox.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads the league in receiving touchdowns.
Braxton Berrios already 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah, great job on his route right there. You can see the separation that he gets from safety Mike Edwards, and then there's the return ability, the change of direction. You know, that's really impressive, being able to stay in bounds, get there, get that pylon for the touchdown.
In 2018, he was drafted by New England in the 6th round, and he was on injured reserve and then claimed in 2019 on waivers by the Jets. He's already surpassed. He came in with 38 catches, a career high. He's already got 3 catches and 2 touchdowns. He had the 1-yard run there in the opening quarter, that first drive. A lunge for the end zone here, and it's 14-7 Jets. We're not leaving the field. Now this from Progressive.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
Really appreciate you stepping into house sit. Everything should be pretty straightforward. Here's the keys. Let me show you inside. So each heater's on its own power grid, so you're just gonna have to throw the breakers each night. Tuesday's trash day. Just pull the dumpsters out the night before. Do you like dogs?
There are dogs?
There's a whole section of them. If you're gonna leave, remember to set the alarm. The code is 6.
Just 6?
Shh.
George Fant being helped, left tackle. He done a nice job filling in for Mekhi Becton. Another one of those guys injured. That'll thin out again with the starting center out.
We talked about how good that Tampa Bay line is. Donovan Smith, Tristan Wirfs, you know, the 2 tackles there. But George Fant, we've got 3 of the top performing tackles by grade in the NFL here this afternoon. George Fant was one of them, so that'll be a big loss for the Jets.
Out to the 25-yard line comes Brady and the Bucs, and even if there wasn't a race for that number 1 seed, Bruce Arians says we're going to play our starters all the way through the regular season, securing a spot. These are the games they have remaining, and see, it'll be tough to topple Green Bay. The Ravens leading the Rams. That does help Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for them to get to the number 1 seed. I don't think Green Bay is going to falter, but I could really see them getting to the number 2 very easily.
Off the fingertips of Antonio Brown. Brown had 15 targets last week after coming back from the fake COVID card issue, and there was no way the Buccaneers were going to discipline him, or at least I should say take him out of the lineup or away from Tom Brady. He's Brady's guy, and Brady called him one of the most elite receivers in the entire NFL, maybe one of the best he's ever worked with.
Yeah, you look at the numbers that he's put up throughout his career; they're very impressive. And again, it goes back to just getting comfortable. You can't add an additional punishment to Antonio Brown where you're trying to win a Super Bowl championship, because you need game reps with Tom Brady out there on the field, as many as you can get.
He's also bothered by a sore ankle. Brady floats one and running under it and making a juggling catch is Mike Evans.
It's going to be one of the things that they're going to have to be careful about here today. We talked about the youth. That's Will Parks, kind of a safety playing against Mike Evans. They're getting the guys into the slot area and drawing safeties in coverage. And Tom Brady's going to find that matchup every day against Mike Evans.
Yeah, it looked like Evans, after a gain of 31 yards, went and sat down on the bench to catch his breath. Maybe that hamstring's just coming off of that. Missed the last couple of games. Also battling COVID. It's been everywhere. From the 44 of the Jets, Brady with time. And wide open inside the 25. Antonio Brown down around the 21-yard line of New York.
Really nice route here by Antonio Brown. You worry about the speed with a guy like Antonio Brown, and you get him turned around like that, and you can snap it off. And that was a handful for Bryce Hall. He had him moving in all kinds of different directions right there. But there is, again, there's some of that timing that they need to build, understanding the depth of the route so Tom can turn it loose when he's ready.
Bringing in the extra lineman Josh Wells after that 21-yard pickup. And remember, Chris Godwin is out, ACL, and so he's not returning out for the entire postseason, etc. Tom uses a timeout here.
Tampa, their first of the half.
Bucks will have 2 remaining. Jets, big underdogs at home, but they are leading by 7. Brady and the Bucks on the move.
The busts in Canton are never smiling, not even Peyton Manning's. And he's always enjoying himself in real life. So for someone we've enjoyed watching on and off the field, we made him a second bust, one that enshrines his love of life. Behold, the Michelob Ultra Smiling Peyton Bust Tap Handle. Congrats, Peyton.
You probably think Visa is a credit card company, huh? But it's actually a network. Connecting just about everyone to just about everyone else. It can open eyes with a cup of coffee and change minds about what makes a business a business. And it is working to connect everyone, everywhere. So, meet Visa, a network working for everyone.
History is filled with almosts. Those who almost adventured, who almost achieved. Then, there are others. The ones who embrace the moment and commit. They calm their minds and steel their nerves with 4 simple words, whispered since the time of the Romans. Fortune favors the brave.
Joe Millionaire returns with a twist. 2 Joes are better than 1.
Who is Joe?
One is a multimillionaire. One is not.
It's not about money. It's about love.
What? Joe Millionaire premieres this Thursday on Fox.
Braxton Berrios, a couple of touchdowns. Tom Brady, a touchdown toss to Mike Evans, and that's where we are in the second quarter. The NFL's Inspire Change initiative focuses on reducing barriers to opportunity and creating progress in education, economic advancement, community and police relations, along with criminal justice reform. Text NFLIC to 635-635, and you can learn more. It takes all of us to advance social justice. After the Bucks timeout, Ronald Jones down to the bottom of your screen on a first down. Brady the other way to Antonio Brown and run out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Bruce Arians, who had COVID during the week but said it was mild stuff, no real symptoms, and Saturday night taken off the list. He flew with the team. He'll turn 70 later in this year of 2022. He had Harold Goodwin already, his assistant head coach and running backs coach, who we talked to during the week as well, all ready to go to run the show if Arians wasn't able to make it. Ronald Jones, good defense there. C.J. Mosley all over the place, and Quincy Williams helping out.
Yeah, it was a really nice job by C.J. Mosley. Don't hesitate. You know, you see the lineman pulling, read those pulls, get to the point of attack. You're going to watch 57 coming in downhill right there, getting behind that line of scrimmage. Now, this is something that Bruce Arians wanted to do as well. He wants to give Ronald Jones about 20 touches, if possible, during the course of the game today. And I think what else he would like to do, not just Le'Veon Bell in that passing game, but try to build the confidence of Ronald Jones and his hands on game day.
3 out of 3 on third down so far. On that first drive, they were 3 out of 3, and incomplete in the area of Keyshawn Vaughn, I don't think was looking for the ball out of the backfield. And a cheer for this Jet defense.
It was a nice job by Will Parks. One of your safeties kind of recognized that screen and was right in the hip pocket of Keyshawn Vaughn as he tried to release.
Well, they stop him on that third down. Ryan Suckup will come out to try a field goal of 39 yards. Bradley Pinion is out. Sterling Hoffrichter, the fill-in punter, is also the holder here. The kick is good. He's now 22 out of 26. 85% so far. 14-10. Jets hanging out of the lead.
We took the truck that helped build this country and made it so it can power our homes. We took the vehicles businesses use to keep the lights on and made them run on the same thing that turns the lights on. We took the original 0 to 60 head turner and gave it 0 tailpipe emissions. We took the familiar and made it revolutionary.
I'm dramatically holding this bottle so the light hits it just right and people think, wow, he knows what he's doing, when I'm actually pretty lost with my payroll taxes.
Intuit QuickBooks helps you manage your payroll taxes. Cheers. 100% accurate payroll tax calculations guaranteed.
My 2 favorites.
Looks like you already chose your favorite.
Nice. 2 favorites.
I'm gonna take this now.
Enjoy any 2 classics for $6, like the Quarter Pounder with cheese and 10-piece McNuggets for a limited time at McDonald's.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it. And of course, they love the savings they're going to get with Geico, but it goes beyond that.
You deserve to save.
Heard that before.
You deserve to save.
I know.
I need you to hear me. You deserve to save.
I deserve to save.
I mean, he has a way of making you feel seen.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance and save at geico.com.
The pressure is going to get insane.
The most astounding, captivating, thrilling musical guessing game is back.
She is a bad singer.
The only show where spotting terrible talent can make you really rich.
I Can See Your Voice premieres this Wednesday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Geico. Save even more when you bundle home and car insurance. And by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL. Verizon.
Jets are up 4. Still waiting on Michael Carter, the rookie running back, being checked for a concussion as they get ready to receive the ball. Hey, for the first time, the regular season, 18 weeks. And so next weekend series or season finale, I should say, will have games on Saturday and Sunday. The matchup times going to be determined following week 17, ensuring better matchups. So it's one last shot to change the playoff picture, seeding, etc. The season finale next weekend. Look for that. Hoffrichter, Kenyon usually does the kickoff, so since he's out, the punter here, Sterling Hoffrichter, will kick it. to Keelan Cole this time. They're keeping it away from Berrios. And good special teams coverage by the Bucs. Stopped inside the Jet 18-yard line. So Ryan Jensen, the feisty center for the Buccaneers. Looks like he got hurt in the last series.
Yeah, this is that screen pass that didn't work out. You're going to see right here with a little bit of contact, but you'll watch him kind of grow and grab that left shoulder. It's one of the big talking points that we've had today, and something that Bruce Arians told us about, and Tom Brady both. Hey, that offensive line has been our saving grace. The fact that they've been able to stay healthy almost the entire season. Ali Marpet, the only guy missing a game, but Ryan Jensen, we'll keep an eye on that for you, see if he's okay the rest of the afternoon.
Wilson has it wide open at the 20. Daniel Brown leaping into the air. All the way up to the Jet 40-yard line.
They just kind of lose that tight end as he comes across the field. He's going to be all the way on this side. And you're going to come down like you're blocking, and then you let the play develop a little bit, let all your guys get to the other side of the field, and you slide out into that open area. But you don't want to do this. My goodness, that's going to hurt.
That's a leap over Antoine Winfield, one of the tough hitters who's back in the game. He missed the last couple of games with a foot injury, but how do you miss a guy like that? Daniel Jones at 6'5". And a quick pass to Berrios. Look at him take off. He's got a first down at the 48 of Tampa Bay. First couple of drives, whatever the Jets dialed up, offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur has done well. It started with the Carter run.
Yeah, that's the big thing, because coming in, you know how well they ran the football last week, but they're not holding anything back, right? That was the New York Jets special right there. And Zach Wilson has gotten into a nice rhythm. He's really kind of attacked the middle of the field. And you find Braxton Berrios, I mean, his separation ability right now has been an issue for the Tampa Bay defenders.
Berrios already 4 catches in the game. Wilson to throw, pressure coming. Down the sideline, the coverage good. Berrios the target. Don't see any flags. The fans would like it, but the defense by Mike Edwards looked pretty good.
It kind of similar to what Tampa Bay is doing, putting Mike Evans in the slot to get that safety coverage and go one-on-one. There's Braxton Berrios, right? He's the inside receiver. He draws Mike Edwards, the safety in coverage, kind of that little stalk right there. Needed a little bit better rub. If Keelan Cole can time that up a little bit better, get a better rub on that, that's going to open up Braxton Berrios even more down the field.
Chuma Edoga is in at left tackle for George Fant, who was injured earlier. Walter the back, fake to him. Pressure is on Wilson. Can he outrun Goldston? He's going to heave one downfield and out of bounds. Showing off his arm strength, Keelan Cole was the target, but getting away from Goldston, who's got 4.5 sacks. Showed you his speed. Speed we saw last week, by the way, on that touchdown run of 52 yards.
Yeah. How about William Goldston? 2.5 sacks last week, you know, getting some pressure right there. But that's a lot of trust right there with Zach Wilson. He's got one-on-one down the field. But he trusts Keelan Cole to come back. If it's not perfectly thrown up, you're not going to make the completion, then you trust your wide receiver to be able to get back and make sure that defender doesn't get the interception.
4 out of 4 on third down so far for the Jets. That's saying something against this Buccaneer defense. He's well protected. Can't find anybody. Oh, a series of flags are out. And Wilson is just going to throw that out of bounds. Check those flags back at the 40-yard line. And there's the hold indication.
Holding. Offense number 70. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
The replacement for Fant, who was the replacement for Becton. 4th down.
You're starting to get that bull rush, and you're trying to hold on as best you can, working against Ndamukong Suh.
Kenyon Barner will be back to receive from Braden Mann. Drafted by the Jets in 2020 in the 6th round. He had that knee injury week 1. High kick, fair catch called for at the 10. Good kick to pin the Bucs deep in their own territory. Tom Brady, you think 7 trophies would be enough? He wants another one. At least one more. How long is he going to play? At age 44, still rolling.
On the season finale of Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Another season almost in the books.
Yep, it's gonna be a long off season.
Off season?
What do we do in the off season?
Off season?
Relax, we don't stop existing when the season ends.
Yeah, it's not like we live in some fictional town that's part of some elaborate marketing campaign.
What would it even be for? Dr. Pepper?
We're real people. It's not like we're the ice cold Dr. Pepper guy.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
This holiday, Verizon has the deal that gets better and better and better. Get iPhone 13 Pro on us when you trade in your old or damaged phone.
Better?
Hey, and up to $1,000 when you switch. Because everyone deserves better.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Wasn't me.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
911, what's your emergency?
You're as cold as ice.
Don't let go!
911 Lone Star season premiere tomorrow on Fox.
The legendary dating show is back. Joe Millionaire premieres this Thursday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
From Tampa Bay to the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and all around, from all of us, for those of you watching and your friends and family, a happy 2022. So things are looking up. Hope we're going in the right direction here. They are for the Jets so far, trying to get their 5th win of the year. You know, they've had of their 4 wins, a couple of them have been against playoff expected teams. And they're hanging in here with the defending Super Bowl champs. Jeff Ulbrich, for Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator. Doing a good job so far. And it's interesting, he's in the same draft as Tom Brady. In fact, he was chosen ahead of him. A draft that had Courtney Brown selected first by Cleveland. Ronald Jones trying to get the ground game going. Does a nice job, a 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, and I think that this is a defense that's going to be in transition as we get into 2022. Right? You try to fix the offense last year with what you did in your draft class. So Jeff Ulbrich, look for Robert Saleh and this organization now to come out and really focus on the defensive side of the ball. They're 32nd in the league in defense, and some people that start to become critical about Jeff Ulbrich. Listen, he's got a young group out there. They've had some injuries, but they're playing well. This afternoon, they're doing a really nice job following up a good performance last week.
It's all about where you're headed at this point. Brady says go. He's trying to get out. Here's a flag, and he goes down. The Jets get to him. Nathan Shepard will give credit for the sack, but there was also a flag way up at the 39-yard line. So holding on the Bucs, the 1 flag.
Well, it's the combination of your rush and your coverage that helps you to get sacks on a quarterback, especially the caliber of Tom Brady. And we're going to give that one to the secondary.
On the play, one by each team. Holding, offense, number 76. Holding, defense, number 26. Penalties offset, 2nd down.
Brandon Echols called for the Jets. Donovan Smith, the left tackle for Tampa Bay.
Those Donovan, number 76, even gets a little help from Ronald Jones on the release, but you've got 2 receivers in the same part of the field. Here's the hold on Brandon Echols down there. As Mike Evans starts to separate, he has to latch on.
And running for the 1st down is Ronald Jones.
But in one of those situations there, the middle of the field, I think where Tom Brady wanted to go with the ball, you had 2 guys. So again, it's just a little out of sync, and he said so himself. You know, we're a bit of a moving target right now offensively as we try and get used to these new guys into these different positions.
Harold Goodwin, the assistant head coach, said we were shell-shocked by the Saints, that New Orleans defense shutting out Brady and the Bucs a couple of weeks ago in prime time. Ronald Jones with a nice job. up across the 25-yard line. He was the leading rusher in 2020. Had almost 1,000 yards despite missing a couple of games in December. And it was at this time last year we didn't, Leonard Fournette was kind of an afterthought, but then he took off at the end of the season and in the postseason was such a difference. So they've gone back to Jones as kind of the lead back, is a very capable runner. It's just some of those other things you talked about.
You got to be a complete guy at the running back position, and they've got to find that really reliable, confident third down guy. And right now, Ronald Jones is trying to trend that way. It's going to be tough to find that replacement for Leonard Fournette because he's very, very good breaking formation.
Quick pass to Antonio Brown and slips out of an ankle tackle. Maybe another couple of yards before he's run out of bounds short of the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a third down. Yeah,
that's a really nice job by Ronald Blair right there because you've got a missed tackle out on the edge against Antonio Brown, who's very dangerous in space. So, situations like that, everybody's got to rally to the football just in case you have that missed tackle. So you've got a defensive tackle who's kind of coming down that line of scrimmage. Really nice job by Ronald Blair.
So Le'Veon Bell has become the third down back, I guess, has entered the game. The Jets have started 8 different safety combinations this season. They had Lamarcus Joyner and Marcus May on injured reserve. And the young guys having to step up against Brady on 3rd and 4. Brady to Gronkowski, and he's got a first down, dragging a Jet with him up near midfield. Gronkowski, they've attempted a few in his direction. It's his second catch of the game.
Yeah, you put the formation, you've got the trips to the right-hand side, you've got outside leverage on Rob Gronkowski. I mean, just on the release right there, you kind of have a little collision as you go to cover, as your teammate steps up to do his job. So, I mean, that's just 12 and 87, they're on a different wavelength. It's amazing, how in sync those two guys are.
Bryce Hall hanging in there. He's been battling Evans on one side and trying to take on Gronkowski there. Bell stays in after a gain of 21 yards. Tom wanted that before the delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Now he thinks he beat the clock on that.
You want to see a competitor. I mean, he does not want to lose in anything. He doesn't even want the clock to beat him. I mean, he's sitting here. He knows he's trying to change the play right here, and you're going to see how quickly he moves because he's going to beat the clock. I gotta give it to the officials on that one, Tom, because you can get, when it goes to 0, they look at the football. If the football is in the process of being snapped, they'll let you have it. That one was called correctly by the officials.
I'm just glad there wasn't one of those tablets around.
It'll be smashed on the sideline when he gets over there.
So he's got to get better. And a nice play by the Jet defense as Jones. He got the football. And Foley Fatukasi got there as soon as the ball did in the hands of Ronald Jones. Let's get another game break with Carissa.
Thank you, Chris. Bengals trailing 21-7. Joe Burrow connects with a familiar target. Jamar Chase, 18-yard score. Chase with 111 yards and 2 touchdowns already. Bengals down by 7.
All right, thanks so much. Ravens lead the Rams 10-0. Later on, Arizona takes on Dallas. Brady fires complete to Gronkowski. Shoved back. It took 2 Jets to bring him down at the 48-yard line of New York. Let's see what Robert Saleh observed. Former defensive coordinator Saleh used to cheer on his guys, and he knows.
Yeah. All right, guys, we've seen that how many times over the years, and we're still letting these two convert in those situations.
Gronkowski was ready to retire. Brady called him out, said, hey, don't retire, come to Florida. Win a title or 2. 3rd and 6. See if the Jets bring extra heat. They do. And they get to Brady. The sack. Michael Carter II, the rookie from Duke.
Going to be coming off that edge. Really nice series by Jeff Ulbrich and his guys. Watch number 30 coming off the edge. And then you're going to also add Quincy Williams up inside, the inside linebacker. So everything just kind of breaks down right there. Good timing on the blitz by Michael Carter II.
Sterling Hoffrichter, second year from Syracuse, made his Bucs debut last week when Pinion had that hip injury. Punted 3 times. Trying to pin him deep. Fair catch called for at the 16-yard line of the Jets. Tonight after football, the premiere of Gordon Ramsay's biggest cooking competition ever. 50 to the best chefs in America in a massive 3-story culinary gauntlet. Don't miss Next Level Chefs. Level 1, 2, or 3. It's premiering tonight after the NFL on Fox. Punt of 35 yards. At the 17 is where they spot that for the Jets. Brady over 130 yards. Got a touchdown, but Jets lately making things a little bit more difficult. Bringing the pressure, getting a sack there. Michael Carter remains out in concussion observation, so Austin Walter is the back. He gets the carry and across the 20-yard line. Nearing the 2-minute warning. Bucs have 2 timeouts. Jets have all 3. Jets deferred the opening kick. I should say they didn't defer. They wanted the ball offensively. Marched right downfield and scored. And have held on to the lead. Bucs did answer, but then Berrios with a touchdown catch put him ahead to stay at the moment. We've reached the 2-minute warning. First half here in 2022 in New Jersey. And the Jets thinking upset against Tampa Bay.
We don't follow the herd. Never have, never will. Because those who build the future aren't found in a pack. They forge the way forward on a path of their own. And just when you think the dust has settled, we're here to kick it right back up again. The all-new, all-electric 2021 Mustang Mach-E is here.
Now, only one movie will give theater audiences something to shout about. Come on. The King's Man, rated R, now playing only in theaters.
If Mark, Mr. Cartoon Machado, didn't have the fighting spirit to draw out his passion, he never would have turned chrome into a canvas. If he let a lack of tools stop him, he never would have started tattooing using a homemade machine. And if he listened to those who said you need an art degree, he never would have perfected the street look that made him a street legend. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Bridgestone is the official tire sponsor of the NFL, and we're proud to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of America year-round, including a $50,000 pledge made together with Titan University in Nashville. We're committed to helping drive great futures to ensure that every child has an equal opportunity to be prepared to perform, because that's what really matters. To learn more about Bridgestone's efforts to create a more sustainable and inclusive society, visit BridgestoneAmericas.com.
TV, what are you doing? Just keeping track of my New Year's resolutions. Give me one. Watch more Verizon halftime shows.
You're in luck. We've got the Verizon halftime coming up.
Wow, you know what that means? Whatever I write down happens. Win the lotto! My pretty!
We'll see you at halftime.
All right, we'll see you guys. Terry looks like a limo, like your limo driver at LaGuardia with that hat on. As we have 2 minutes to go before the half, Zach Wilson, this is his 12th start of his career. He missed those 5 games with a knee injury. And kind of in a cool spot with the lead, but a key spot. And they're going to run it with Ty Johnson. And he gets up the sideline for a first down.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how he manages this 2-minute opportunity right here, because when you've got Tom Brady on the other side, it's not just about you getting an opportunity to put points on the board, whether that's a touchdown or a field goal, but also managing that clock so Tom Brady doesn't have any time to get back on the field and kind of match what you just did. And I remember, because they did take the ball, as you pointed out, Chris, Tampa Bay is going to have it to start the second half. So being able to go down here, get some points, force the Bucs to come out, just take and kill it, and going into halftime would be huge for Zach Wilson.
Johnson picked up a dozen. Berrios in motion there, number 10. He goes into that little slot as Wilson fires in the middle of the field, sliding with the catch. Kenny Yeboah. And interesting because Daniel Brown, who started at tight end, was seen hobbling over on the sideline. And they're hurrying after this 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, he's made some nice throws into the middle of the field, finding those little windows right there. Really nice catch by Kenny Yeboah going down and pulling it out off the turf.
A clean grab. Johnson to the 40. 3 timeouts, Jets. Clock running now.
I think it's one of the hardest things to do, end of half, end of game, when you've got somebody like Tom Brady on the other side to be able to balance the ability to get points without giving him the opportunity to match that. So this would be a big step for Zach Wilson here in this situation.
Bucs have been held to 10 points despite Brady 12 out of 16 and a touchdown over 130 yards. Did not hear that a timeout was called. Looks like Sean Murphy-Bunting is the injured player. And yeah, he is headed to the sideline.
Yeah, you get some of those independent spotters here at the game. Maybe they saw something from Sean Murphy-Bunting after that play and they wanted to get him off the field, get checked out by the Tampa Bay training staff.
And they'll be charged the timeout. And remember, the Jets, after their rookie running back Michael Carter got off to such a fast start, he's in concussion observation, so they've been trying to do this. I'm sure they had big plans for him in this game, and they've had to use Ty Johnson and Austin Walter because Tevin Coleman is inactive along with LaMichael Pirine. That was it for the tailback spot. Wilson's throw right on target. And did he hang on inbounds? No. Catch made out of bounds. Keelan Cole. It's a good throw from Wilson.
Yeah, really nice throw by Zach Wilson here on time, right as he comes out of the break out in front. And Keelan Cole's got to make that catch, tap those toes, and get this completed.
Yeah, Mike Edwards kind of goes after him, but really that could have been a clean catch. Now 3rd down and 9. 1:10 to go. See if the blitz, they haven't brought a lot of blitz yet. And here they come. And Wilson gets away. He's trying to avoid the rush. Throws it out of bounds, and it'll be a 4th down. They could not accomplish what you said that they probably need to accomplish. So here comes the punting unit and Braden Mann, unless they pull a fake here. But you give Brady a minute with even one timeout.
Yeah, Keelan Cole's got to make that catch. I mean, that's a drop. And maybe this drive stays alive, and you're trying to get points here. But yeah, a minute and 1 back to Tom Brady. Way too much time.
Yeah, maybe that 3rd down play you could have run something, Darryl, to get a lot of yardage back, if not all of it, and then be closer on 4th down. But then if you miss it, you're giving Brady a short field. So the defense has played well in this first half. Try and pin him in there. Let's check the spot on the punt that went out of bounds. They're putting it around the 10-yard line of Tampa Bay. 54 seconds for Brady and 1 timeout. Bucs trailing as we near the half.
What happens when you block heartburn with one Prilosec OTC in the morning? Heartburn doesn't stand a chance. Day or night. Excess stomach acid can cause heartburn. Prilosec OTC works differently by preventing excess acid production. So don't fight heartburn. Block it. Prilosec OTC. 1 pill in the morning blocks heartburn all day and all night.
When you shop at Target, you leave with what you value most, like healthy foods and brands that lift our communities. At Target, the things that matter are always within reach. What we value most shouldn't cost more.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
We are the first family of country music. I gotta show the world the legacy will continue beyond me.
It's about more than cash and contracts.
Her family's all secrets and lies.
What did you do? If there's a hell, I booked my ticket years ago.
Just watch.
Monarch premieres January 30th on Fox.
A little out of sync today for the offense as they're trying to grow together. Here's Antonio Brown right here. Tom's trying to throw him away from the safety onto the outside. Antonio is breaking to the middle of the field, so a little breakdown on that one. And then just location here on the screen pass coming back a little bit too far. And then here's the one where it ends up in a sack, actually, and you're going to get two guys right here, right in the same part of the field. So Tom's got to hold that football. The Jets end up getting a sack on that play. So, how do they do here in this 2-minute situation? Because we've seen during the course of the first half here where they haven't quite been in sync offensively.
Well, they lost one of their timeouts because of a defensive injury. On first down, Vaughn was out of bounds after about a 5-6 yard pickup.
Kind of giving everybody an opportunity. It's like an open audition for that third down running back in that passing game. We've seen Ronald Jones there. We've seen Le'Veon Bell there. Now we've got Keyshawn Vaughn here in the 2-minute situation.
Brady's throw right there at the 40. It's a first down, and Gronkowski hauls it in. It had to be a pinpoint throw. Jet defense was in good position.
It's a really nice job by Elijah Riley. He's playing the safety position. I mean, he gets there like perfect timing. Maybe a smidge early even, and Rob Gronkowski still able to make that catch.
Bucs are going to use their last timeout and a pickup of 24 yards. They're going to need about 25 more so to try a field goal.
That's great. Just so good at the point of the catch. I mean, there's contact coming. The ball's off your body. So the strength in Rob Gronkowski's hands to get that secured. And you saw it go right over the top of C.J. Mosley, number 57. So heck of a throw by Tom Brady as well.
That's 4 catches for Gronkowski.
I think Robert Sala's got that same look on his face after that play again.
Well, at least they tackled him this time. Of course, he was going to the ground. They got a deep drop all the way back at their own 40. Jets have a safety. Brady just trying to pick up a chunk. Goes back to Gronkowski. Puts a move on. There he goes. All the way down around the 45-yard line of New York, and the clock's going to run. Tom indicating to spike it. And he does. That stops the clock. 28 seconds. Ryan Suckup, his career long is 54. His long this year is 48 yards. Verizon halftime coming up with all the highlights. And after this weekend, just one more regular season weekend of NFL before the playoffs. The Bucs are in. They're the champs of the NFC South, but can improve their seeding process. Not all in their control though for that. On a second down, here comes the blitz. It's picked up for Evans, underthrown and intercepted. Brandon Echols all the way back near midfield, his second pick in his rookie season. And the Jets with 16 seconds and 3 timeouts might want to try something here.
Yeah, again, we just showed you kind of that highlight video where they're just a bit out of sync in the passing game. And this is another example of it. I don't know if Mike Evans is expecting the ball to come his way here. He's got a one-on-one situation, and we've seen Tom go there. It's a slant and go, but it's really well played by Brandon Echols on the inside right there. And Mike Evans doesn't really sense the ball coming his way and is unable to go back and make a play on it.
Brady's 12th interception of this season to go with his 38 touchdown passes. Pass is complete. Ty Johnson down the sideline, gets out of bounds, and they're already at least in position to try a long field goal for Eddie Pinheiro.
Yeah, nice job at the end of this. They've got all 3 timeouts, so they would have been able to use one, but a really nice job here by Ty Johnson. You're going to see he's about ready to go back into the middle of the field right here, and then, let me just push this a little bit more and get out.
Pickup of 19 yards, spotted at the 33. Right now it'd be a 51-yard field goal, but you have 10 seconds and the timeouts to try and get a little closer. Wilson's throw and almost intercepted. It was a great attempt by Carlton Davis, who's the best cover corner the Buccaneers have. And he's angry. He thought he should have had it.
Yeah, he does a great job. He just reads this the whole time, sees that. Look at that break on the football across the face of Jeff Smith. Really nice job by Carlton Davis.
Eddie Pinheiro, the former Florida Gator, signed as an undrafted free agent back by the Raiders. Former Bears kicker. This is his 4th game for the Jets since they signed him. 6 out of 6 in the field goal department from 51 yards away. And he got it. A 51-yard boot. It's now a 7-point New York Jet lead.
Really nice job by the Jets hanging in there, playing some good complementary football here at the end of the first half. Defense gets the takeaway, gives the offense an opportunity. They take advantage of that. A nice catch and run by Ty Johnson. So steal 3 points at the end, which was the big thing, right? Because Tampa Bay is going to have that football coming out in the second half.
Well, you made the point before, when the Jets had the football, can they either get points or at least not give Tom Brady a chance? Well, Brady got the chance, but the big defensive play helps the underdog Jets. So what does Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, what do they have to do in this second half to kind of get some points? I mean, that one drive, they looked like it was easy. Yes. And after that, it was it. The first time they got their hands on the football.
You can see where they're out of sync. So the two things that they really wanted to work on today and next week as they get ready to make a playoff push is getting Tom comfortable with the new guys that are in these different positions. They're not going to have Chris Godwin back, but these other guys that are coming into those spots and going to be a part of the game in the playoffs want to get Tom comfortable with the game reps. And that other thing, we've seen kind of an open tryout there for this third down running back in the passing situations. And a lot of guys have had an opportunity. Le'Veon Bell, Keyshawn Vaughn, Ronald Jones, they've all had their chances, but nobody's really kind of grabbed a hold of that.
Grabbing the football after they thought it might go out of bounds, bringing an end to the first half. Let's take a look at our State Farm stats at a bit of a stunner so far. The takeaway, and even though there's only one official sack, they've been after Tom Brady quite a bit. The NFC South champion Buccaneers are trailing the Jets.
Consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
That's your game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Berrios, couple of touchdowns for the Jets. They have not turned it over. They have a takeaway, and they have the only sack in the game of Tom Brady as you look at some of the numbers. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, we appreciate you watching. There's an upset brewing here. I mean, the Buccaneers are heavy favorites, so I think we're all kind of waiting for Tampa Bay to take over this game. They're going to get the ball in the second half. They're only down 7. It's been a tightly played game, and the Jets without their starting running back. He started in the first quarter, but then went out with an injury, Michael Carter.
They had the big explosive run. They got him in great field position to have that opening drive for a touchdown. But the big thing that the Jets are doing right now is they're not turning the ball over. They're not making the mistakes that you normally see teams that are having a tough season struggle with during the years. So they're coming out, they're playing a clean game, and that gives you an opportunity to win regardless of who you're playing. And Tom told us that. You know, he's like, listen, you know, everybody talks about you get into these matchups and who you're playing, and you look at records and things like that. And he just said, listen, if you don't play well, you don't win. It doesn't matter who you're playing on a Sunday or a Monday. If you don't play well, you're not going to win. And Tampa has been in this rut the last month or so trying to get out of it. They played very poorly against New Orleans when they got shut out. And in that first half, nothing major, but just a little bit out of sync, and they had the only turnover of the half.
Ronald Jones gets the handoff and picks up 5. Let's head down to the field and Jen Hale.
Chris, a red-hot start for that Jets offense, but unfortunately the injuries piling up. Y'all mentioned Michael Carter. He is now officially out with a concussion, and tight end Daniel Brown is out with a hip injury. Meanwhile, Bruce Arians over on the Bucs sideline, he told me he's not worried at all. Now, he does have Antonio Brown and Mike Evans on a snap count today. You're going to see just about as much of them in the second half as you did in the first. He really wants to see him establish a better rhythm.
And it's Jones again, this time knocked down right away. Carter, so out the remainder of the game. He had that big 55-yard run on that opening drive to set up the Jets offense. An excellent defense from Elijah Riley from Long Island, and free agent signed out of Army.
And that's what you do. You walk your safety down into the box to try and shore up against the run. And Elijah Riley did a great job of kind of sneaking through all those big bodies and making the hit in the backfield.
So they were good, the Bucs, on their first 3 third-down tries, and then after that it's been a little shaky. They need 7 for a first down here to start the second half. Gronkowski with 5 catches leads all receivers in the game. And a timeout, that's not a good sign. Brady, you thought he was hot in the first half when he couldn't beat the game clock. Frustrated here to start the third quarter. We're not leaving the field. Now this from State Farm.
Jay from State Farm, we got to talk.
Yeah, it turns out you guys give everyone great rates.
I'm aware. Well, then how come this entire time we've been calling it the Patrick price?
I've literally never called it that.
Yeah, you call it the Rogers rate, which is cool. But it's a pretty inaccurate name when Stevie gets it, too.
We offer great rates to fit anyone's budget.
You should just say that next time.
It's the first time I heard about it.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
On third down, Brady protected well and getting the first down in the middle of the field. Cyril Grayson, the speedy track star in his second year from LSU. Last week, he played the most downs in football that he had since high school, because in college at LSU he was mostly a track guy.
Yeah, and how about him, really catching the eyes of all the coaching staff. I mean, everybody talked about him during the course of the week as the guy who's improved the most over the last couple of seasons. And you're talking about a guy who's gone from high school football to professional football because he was a track guy, and now a track guy. Is he becoming that football player at the wide receiver position?
They hope so, as Keyshawn Vaughn carries. I know that Bruce Arians complimented him, believe it or not, of all things, on his blocking before he had that breakout receiving game last week. It's a little testy down there. Looks like Ryan Jensen. Now he was warned. He gets it. He was, in fact, the coach, Harold Goodwin, told us that every game an official comes up to him in the pregame and just says, "Hey, make sure you stay calm. We don't want any trouble here." And it happened again today. However, they whisper it, we're assuming, but they go to him to make sure. And this before the game.
Just checking in with you. All right. Now let's not blow up anybody around the pile or anything. Let's play to the whistle, not slightly beyond it.
And for Gronkowski, there is no flag. Brady is all the way out to the point of the moment. Now we have a flag, but it's back where Brady threw the pass. Boy, and Brady loves Jensen. I mean, he just knows that guy's got his back, blocks in front.
You have to have that guy in the offensive line. Every great offensive line has that guy. We had Kevin Gogan in Dallas. I mean, he was so proud of being called the nastiest of the nasty by Sports Illustrated on the cover. So I cannot tell you how important that mentality is for one of those 5 guys on the line to have.
All right. And when you say we, you mean you played with the Cowboys. I, of course.
Well, you were there the one time.
I watched.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 66. That's his first toward disqualification. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and second down.
So they got Jensen despite the warning. He can't help it. And this really is going to put some pressure on Arians' offense. That's what happened after the play.
He's not backing down from anybody, and everybody on that offense, everybody on this team loves to have a guy like Ryan Jensen.
I mean, did he say something? I mean, he didn't do anything.
Well, he took somebody to the turf at the end of the play.
Okay, yeah. That might have been it. Brady airing it out deep and incomplete for Evans, who was well covered. As the lone receiver on that side, Bryce Hall was going right with it. Bryce Hall, in his second year from Virginia, 5th-round draft pick, is again emerging in that secondary. He's played a heck of a game. That penalty really made it a desperate third down for Brady.
And they've gotten into a couple of situations one-on-one on the outside. There's a little bit of a double move. Like the fact that they're letting him be really physical on the outside. Both guys really battling for that football.
Evans does have the touchdown catch, 3 catches today. Hofrichter standing inside the 15 of Tampa Bay. Braxton Berrios coming up on the kick. Fair catch called for just short of the 35. Fair catch, and it might have been accidental, but no flag. The fans here wanted that. There is no flag. Tom Brady frustrated, but holding on to that tablet. He said he was only joking about the league warning him. That was just him kidding, but he is hot.
Progressive presents At Home with Baker Mayfield.
I'm happy she's renovating her kitchen, but if I have to hear about subway tile one more time...
I know, right? She acts like she's the first person to ever put it in her home.
Hello, 1904?
Thank you. Oh, there she goes. Oh, driving a new car but couldn't donate to my walk-a-thon.
She's a good egg, though.
You know what she is? She is. Did you hear she's pulling her kids out of tennis?
Stop it. Again?
Local restaurants have been hit hard by fees from delivery apps.
They take a huge chunk of our bottom line. All of that comes out of our pocket and goes to them.
So Domino's franchisees went to local restaurants and bought $100,000 of their gift cards to give out to our customers. That way they could support a mom and pop by ordering directly from them.
And no one got hit by delivery app fees.
I can't believe one restaurant is buying another restaurant's gift certificates to give out, but it sure is wonderful.
So if you're not getting Domino's, skip the delivery apps and order directly from a local restaurant.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Fox Thursday. One bachelor's rich, the other is poor, but the women won't know who until the very end.
What's a reality show without a few little twists?
Joe Millionaire for Richer or Poorer premieres this Thursday on Fox.
Going against the GOAT. Wilson doesn't want to be that sacrificial lamb, and the numbers, you see how that turnover was big right before the half. The interception of Tom Brady. They celebrated the same birthday on the same date, August 3rd, but obviously one in 1977, one in 1999. And Zach Wilson, a year old when Tom Brady made his debut, a rookie with the Patriots. And he said his whole life he's watched Brady. Wilson said he found out they had the same birthday when he was in elementary school, and he hasn't never met him. They'll talk to him after the game. I don't know if Tom will want to talk to him if this score holds up. That was a 39-yard punt, by the way, without a return. But a strong point for the Bucs today with the backup punter in, and what a run from Austin Walter, close to a first down.
I tell you, that's one of the more impressive things that's happened here so far this afternoon is how effective the Jets have been running the ball, and especially inside. Now watch, you've got all your big bodies. That's Ndamukong Suh, Vita Vea, William Golston. Look at man on man, helmet on helmet. Nice job by Braxton Berrios. Just a little bump on Kevin Minter right there. And Austin Walter just getting it downhill, lowering the shoulders, running physical.
He picked up nine, especially with George Fant out, your starting left tackle, and the running game without Michael Carter done for the day. But this time, nothing. The Buck defense, which gives up less than 90 yards a game on the ground, has already given up more than that today. And Winfield showing his muscles from the safety spot.
Yeah, Todd Bowles is not going to let you get any type of rhythm running the football. He's going to start to add some guys down into the box. They've had some issues this year as these new guys have come in trying to get their run fits exactly correct, and they've had a couple of runs get past them. But, as soon as something gets crazy that way, now with the secondary back and a little bit healthy, he can start to add guys into that front to shut down that run game.
100 yards the Jets have run for as a team. They need one for a first down. That's Berrios, and he will get that. He scored the first touchdown of this game on a 1-yard carry on a flip from Wilson. Things are getting testy on both sides of the football.
They really are. And this is an area that will be interesting to see with the quickness of Braxton Berrios. Can they get out on the edge? Again, look at those three big bodies inside guard, center guard. That's hard. And Ndamukong Suh up the field almost makes a play there defensively, but you'd love to see them use the speed and the athleticism that they have in some of these skill positions to get outside on that edge.
First down from their own 45. Berrios, the only Jet receiver with a running and receiving touchdown in the same game. He had a return touchdown on a kickoff last week. Walter does a nice job just to survive back there because there wasn't much. He stays in bounds. Carlton Davis and Kevin Minter make the tackle. Yeah, when Davis is out there, their best covered guy, that allows Todd Bowles to do things, as he said, and come from different areas with a blitz. They were blitzing when they had all the injuries. They've had 12 different starting secondary groups this year. They were blitzing about 30%. He said now the last few games they're blitzing 50% of the time, and that's where he wants it the rest of the way. I don't think today they've been able to blitz as much, at least not successfully. Still without a sack. 2nd and 11. Oh, Vita Vea in the face, but Wilson gets it to Ty Johnson. And Johnson is going down the sideline inside the 35 of Tampa Bay. How did Wilson get that ball over Vita Vea?
Oh, they got lucky because the center and the guard both turned to the outside, and they turned Vita Vea loose right to Zach Wilson. You can see him right there. You know, just let him go right to the quarterback, and just a great job of getting that up over the top of Vita Vea into the hands of Ty Johnson.
Pickup of 23 yards. Vea is 6'4". He's been their defensive MVP this year, according to Todd Bowles. Wilson got the best of him there. Fakes. Wilson fires, and leaping with the catch to the 20. Braxton Berrios. What a game, what a year he is having.
I tell you, you talk about location. This is really good coverage by Jamel Dean. It's very, very tight. A little hold right there, pull. I mean, you couldn't have thrown a flag on that if you wanted, but look at this. I mean, that's the only spot that ball can be thrown and caught. So really nice job by Zach Wilson.
And Wilson told us that all the receivers he was working with, but Berrios he was the most familiar with, felt the most comfortable with from training camp and working in practice. No flag on that. Pass is caught. Down to the 1-yard line. It's Keelan Cole. And ruled down. It'll be 1st and goal. Jets. Another laser throw from the rookie. And he's hustling to the line. They want to quickly snap it. Wilson keeps. No touchdown signal yet. I wonder if he thought that maybe that ball wasn't caught. It looked like it was, and Cole was down on the previous play.
Again, it's another tight window right here that Zach Wilson fits that in. You can see right over the hands of Kevin Minter. And
he was down.
As he gets slammed to the ground, the ball does come loose. So there's the tackle.
The official did rule him down, so with or without the whistle. So he took enough steps with possession of the ball for a catch. 2nd and goal, Jets. Ty Johnson, touchdown! He worked his way through the crowd across the goal line. And it's a 23-point lead at the moment.
Really smart play by Ty Johnson because he's on top of his offensive lineman. He is not down. You can see Antoine Winfield right there saying he's down. I think it's going to be Morgan Moses, number 78. He gets on top of. Nope, it's actually inside on Dan Feeney, the center. So he's not down right there, and he just keeps working, pushing until he breaks that plane.
His 2nd rushing touchdown this season. He kept that elbow, that forearm from touching the ground. And he squirmed across as they're reviewing to uphold this scoring play. What is going on with the Bucs in New Jersey? And look at that head shake. Oh, he's talking to people now over on the Bucs sideline. Antonio Brown. And let's go. Two best looks appear to be, and it has been confirmed. Cast off from the Lions. Ty Johnson in his 3rd year, drafted in the 6th round by Detroit in 2019. He was claimed off waivers. Stepping in. The extra point is good by Pinheiro, who hit that long field goal from 51 before the half. And without Coleman and without Michael Carter, the ground game gets it done for Wilson and the Jets. Robert Saleh says it's good. And the fans here at the Meadowlands, enjoying a 24-10 Jets advantage.
Ideas are nothing until we make them real. The big ideas. And the challenging ones. Even the really good ones. They all take work, passion, perseverance, and the determination to make them better than the ones before. Everything we've ever done is nothing compared to what we imagine for the future. Honda, the power of dreams.
No annual fee on any Discover card.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Jr. with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel through many dangers, toils, and snares. Amazing grace.
A nice New Year crowd January 2nd here. Jets' last home game, 3-5 at home. And the crowd supporting their underdog team. And, of course, many just rooting against Tom Brady. It's in their blood. And Brady is going to have to rally this Buccaneers team down 14. Don't think anybody expected that here in the third quarter.
No, not at all. It's just been uncharacteristic of the Buccaneers the last 3 to 4 weeks. Even the game last week against Carolina, a lot of that was bad defense by the Panthers, then it was really well-executed offense. So you could see why Tom had some concerns coming into this game about where they are offensively, and it's shown itself here during the course of the game.
But you've got Gronkowski and Mike Evans and Antonio Brown and Brady. He's well protected. He'll go underneath Keyshawn Vaughn, backup running back to Ronald Jones. We've seen Le'Veon Bell as well. With Leonard Fournette out, you're missing his 10 touchdowns, and also the second leading receiver on the team, aside from being the outstanding rusher that emerged last year through the Super Bowl title, and then before his injury this year.
Yeah, and the big thing with Leonard Fournette is not just receptions out of the backfield as a check down guy or somebody that's a secondary guy in progression, but actually taking him outside the formation and letting him run routes versus linebackers and safeties.
And also very good pass protector back there. Oh man. Fatukasi, 325 pounds. There's a flag down. Here comes another flag. That's the kind of defense rookie head coach, former 49er defensive coordinator Robert Saleh likes to see. He talked about a front four being the best neutralizer of a great quarterback.
Remember, we showed you Ryan Jensen hurting that left shoulder early in the game, and this is the second time kind of blocking back. Having some penetration that gets up the field. So watch him just kind of beat him straight up the field, and you just wonder.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 74. After distance of the goal line, it'll be third down.
That's from Ali Marpet from Hobart, and Hastings on the Hudson. Bucks frustrated here.
Yeah, the frustration is really starting to show, and even with that starting five, and that has been the rock for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year. They've been able to lean on those guys in pass protection when they want to throw the ball a lot. and they know pressure's coming. They can hold up. Tom has one of the best percentages, sacks per play in the NFL because of that offensive line. They open the holes in the running game, and they're in a battle today with this Jets front four. They've done a nice job. But again, a major penalty on second down, so now it's 3rd and 20. That's what happened with the Ryan Jensen penalty a moment ago. He has some time and open, and right on the first down marker, Grayson hauls it in at the 35, and that should be, check where his feet were. He certainly caught the ball. Is it enough for the first down? Well, you do everything like that. You get to a 3rd and 20, and you let Tom Brady convert. He's short, according to the spot. Yeah, because he's coming back. And now they're going to give him the step forward for the first down. That was not a clear angle, but the official just moved the chains. What a big 3rd and 20 conversion. But again, you're starting to see, Cyril Grayson become a wide receiver, not just a track guy playing on the outside. That those are go routes and different things like that you're going to use that speed to create matchups. But that's a comeback route on the outside to convert a 3rd and 20. Video assist helping out on that spot for the officials here. Bell maybe a yard as he falls forward. So you've got some elite speed on the outside with Cyril Grayson. He's matched up against Brandon Eccles, and he's running the go route, and then he just stops. So, boy, I tell you, 3rd and 20. You've got a little bit of help underneath. You're protecting over the top, but you've got to relocate him. He shut his route down. He's working back towards Tom Brady. You got to re-engage him. 57. Bell is in. Antonio Brown, the guy that Brady wants deep when he can get him. He looks one way, throws, and the catch. Gronkowski sheds a tackler. He's got a first down. Falling at the 49 of Tampa Bay. That's his 6th catch of the game. I tell you, Tristan Wirfs is going to be the sky's the limit for this kid, and he's working against Tim Ward out there on the outside. And I mean, that's textbook. He's just great position. He's always in great position as a pass protector. First rounder from Iowa in his 2nd season. Extra lineman is in to help Wirfs in that offensive line out. Talked with Tom Moore before the game, and he said one of the things he loves about Tristan Wirfs, he's got a wrestling background, 3 years in high school, so he understands leverage. Bell straight ahead, picks up maybe 3. Mosley another tackle. Leading tackler in the game, came in the top 5 in the NFL. That department and the leading tackler on this team. Boy, if the Buccaneers get points out of this drive, Jeff Ulbrich is going to be furious at his defense for letting that 3rd and 20 get converted. Well, Brady's going to be furious with his offensive lineman if they pick up another 15-yard penalty for losing their cool. Cameron Brate is in. It was him in motion. Good hands from the tight end spot. Flips. Brate has it. Mentioned good hands, maybe not great running ability. Michael Carter II brings him down, but it is a catch and a gain. I think it's one of the things that Tom Brady has brought to this team. Antonio Brown. That's Antonio Brown without his uniform, we are told. Without his jersey and running onto the field. I don't know if that could have been a penalty. All right, Jen Hale, get after that. We got to find out what's going on there. She's got to catch him first. It's unbelievable. He's had his issues off the field. Now he's on the field creating an issue. Low pass hauled in and good enough for the first down. Mike Evans, Jen Hale.
Yeah, guys, very odd situation. Antonio Brown boiled over, very upset on the sideline, took off his shoulder pads. Mike Evans, O.J. Howard trying to convince him to keep them on. Obviously, they were unable to do so. He tossed his shoulder pads, stripped off his shirt and glove, threw those into the crowd, then ran across the field while the teams were still on the field, giving the crowd a peace out sign. I'll let you know when we hear something official on his status.
Thank you, Jen. It may be an Antonio Brown out in Tampa Bay. At some point, enough is enough. Brady. Catch inside the 10. Rashad Perryman. The speed of Perryman and Cyril Grayson can really get Brady and the Bucs back into this. And that was a big gain there for a first down and goal.
Yeah, and when you've got your guys stepping up, we saw Cyril Grayson with the big conversion on 3rd and 20. Now, here it is down the field for Tyler Johnson, or I'm sorry, for Sean Perryman. And, you know, with everything that Jen just shared with us, and Chris, to your point, you're going to make it really easy to move on from Antonio Brown. You do not need distractions like that as you're trying to stay focused to win your last 2 games, to move from the 4th seed to the 2nd seed. That's nonsense.
After a 32-yard gain, Brady fires for the end zone a little high. Brady was leveled, but Perryman was open, and Brady couldn't get it to him. Nathan Shepard is the one who put the heat on Brady. He was trying to get it out there in a hurry.
Yeah, he's got pressure coming like right into his face right now, and that what alters that throw. You can see it's a little bit high and a little bit behind. Couldn't lead him into the middle of the field for that catch.
Perryman, the one-time Jet back in 2020, had that touchdown catch and carry in the win against Buffalo in overtime from Brady. 2nd and goal. Keyshawn Vaughn stumbles as he gets inside the 5. And this may be, you tell me, is it go for it on 4th down if you don't get it in here?
You're down 14.
Got a minute left here.
You got a minute left in this quarter. You've got Tom Brady, who's the best at engineering scoring drives in great time. But does the 3 help you a whole lot right now? And I think that's what you're thinking. I like when they anticipate it here on 3rd. And let's get half of it. You know, we don't got to throw it into the end zone and then force ourselves on 4th down to make that decision.
Brady's going to throw in the end zone, too high for Gronkowski. At 6'6", with his arms extended up above, still had a shot, but it would have been a tough catch. Bennett's 4th down, and they're staying out there at the moment. They had the play.
Absolutely, and they had it to the guy that they always want. So it just bypasses. He's back in the back of the end zone. He's open. Tom just sails it, and that's the 2nd time he had pressure in his face earlier on that throw when Nathan Shepard was able to kind of push Ryan Jensen back into his lap, but Tom has missed 2 open guys in the end zone.
On 4th down as the 3rd quarter's winding down. Brady throws. Brate has it. Touchdown Bucs. Cameron Brate, as soon as he turned around, the ball was there. On a 4th and goal. We said earlier, tight ends when we get in this area of the field, and he tried with Gronkowski. That's Brate's 4th touchdown catch of the season.
This is really well executed by Cameron Brate and Tom Brady. Watch Cameron's. There you go. He goes in motion right there. I mean, as soon as he breaks inside, that ball is thrown, and it is on him quick. Really good job by Cameron Brate locating that throw to make the catch. He barely had time to get his head around. Tom put it right on him.
The extra point by Ryan Suckup is good. And they didn't hesitate on 4th. Brady with his 38th touchdown pass of this season. Cameron Brate gets the Bucs just a little bit closer as we're winding down in the 3rd.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is all about T-Mobile with their great phone deals for everyone every day, including customers on Sprint. Tell us more, Diane.
New and existing customers on the Magenta Max plan can trade up to the new iPhone 13 Pro, and T-Mobile will pay for it. Customers can also get a free year of Apple TV+. I know you love Ted Lasso, George.
Guilty as charged. T-Mobile is bringing it all together for the holidays.
Upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro on us. Plus, get a free year of Apple TV+, only at T-Mobile.
You don't come to Vegas for one game, one race, one fight, one matchup, or one team. You come for the epic pregame and 3 days of postgame. You come for the showtime and go time and 24 hours of prime time. Because the game is just the beginning. Las Vegas, the greatest arena on earth.
I gotta know who oven baked my bacon. Who did it? Tyler. Come on over here, man.
Oh, wow. Ow. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
What's the fallout from WWE Day 1 and what's next for the Universal Champion Roman Reigns? Find out on the first SmackDown of the new year, live this Friday at 8 Eastern on Fox.
The late John Madden, Hall of Fame coach, video game extraordinaire, broadcaster, passing away last week. And on his All Madden team, our own Daryl Moose Johnston was honored to be named.
Yeah, you can't beat that. A fullback named Moose that blocks like that for Emmitt Smith, a big reason that Emmitt Smith had his yards.
Daryl, I know it meant a lot to you at the time. In fact, you saved the sweatshirt from 1992, and that's what Madden did. He took guys who maybe didn't get all the headlines, but did all the dirty work, the grungy work, the guys down in the trenches.
Yeah, one of my most prized possessions is this sweatshirt, and you're exactly right, Chris. I think one of the things that John really helped everybody with, I was not a player whose statistics were going to be something that John Madden would recognize. That my role was to block for Emmitt Smith, and there weren't a lot of numbers behind what I did. It was John's knowledge of the game and his ability to bring that to the viewer in an amusing and important way. I will always be indebted to John Madden for everything he helped me with my career. I lost my name in '92. I was no longer Daryl Johnson. From that point on, I was just Moose, because that's what John Madden called me during Sunday games.
Terrific compliment, and what a return by Keelan Cole out to the 30. Special teams have been good for the Jets, and it sets them up nicely, trying to protect a 7-point lead. We got to go back to the Antonio Brown moment as described on the field and out of control. And he's a guy who's had enough problems. He's been given more than a second and third chance. And I know you were just outraged in the break that guy is still on this Buccaneer football team.
One of the hardest decisions that Bruce Arians is going to have to make is how soon does he get him out of here? Does he get him out of here right now? Does he fly him back to Tampa Bay and then make a move? But he has to be let go from the team. There's too much at stake for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now as they're trying to go from the 4 seed to the 2 seed to have somebody within their team be a distraction and creating problems the way that Antonio Brown just did.
And the way Brady has gone out on a limb for him. You're a team trying to repeat as a Super Bowl champ. Excellent defense here. Austin Walter carries. That's Devin White who leads the team in tackles. And I'm just curious, and we're going to check with Mike Pereira, if he runs on the field when there is action and you're throwing something in the stands or you don't have your uniform on. I know there's a penalty when you take your helmet off, but should there have been some kind of infraction, we'll check on that. And we'll see. Obviously the Bucs or the NFL may take disciplinary action. We have completed 3. The bigger story, though, is that Robert Saleh's Jets have a 7-point lead and the football as we head to the 4th quarter. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, and crew, and the NFL on Fox. And again, from us to you, Happy New Year. Mike, not necessarily a penalty because he didn't interfere with the on-play activity.
Yeah, if he doesn't interfere with play and he's just headed to the locker room, you're not going to call anything there. He can throw things into the stands. It's a fine if he throws a football into the stands. But, you know, in this situation, let him get out of there and don't bring any more attention on him than you have to.
All right, thanks. That's the official ruling. Now, whether there'll be some kind of fine or suspension by either the league or the team, we'll have to wait on that. Blitz is on. Wilson gets rid of it and had to dump it off early. It bounced to the receiver. Incomplete. If you miss what happened here, obviously the team was frustrated, but over on the sideline, Jen Hale described that he was angry. Somebody tried to calm him down. I think it was Mike Evans. So he took off his jersey and then his shirt. And then as he throws this in, he was moving around on the field when they weren't snapping the ball, but the teams were on the field lined up for a play. And there's his.
I've never seen anything like that. I've been affiliated with the NFL for over 30 years, and I have never seen anything like that in those 30 years. It's just baffling.
Yeah, I thought it was like some crazy fan that ran out there at first. And there's a sack, the first sack of the game for Tampa Bay. Anthony Nelson, called the most improved player by his defensive coordinator, and his 4th sack of the year.
Coming off the edge and got close a couple of times already this afternoon. And again, remember, George Fant is out of the lineup, so working against Chuma Edoga right there, a backup left tackle. That's a matchup we need to start keeping our eye on.
Barner back to receive the punt. Seemed like, talked about the blitzing by Todd Bowles doing more of that in the second half. And effective. Warner did not fair catch that ball. And dancing around, he'll pick up maybe an extra couple of yards. 14 minutes here in the fourth quarter. He's been a go-to guy for Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, but if Brady's going to have a comeback, he'll have to do it without number 81.
It's a most unusual day. Feel like throwing my worries away. As an old native-born Californian would say, it's a most unusual day. It's a most unusual sky. Not a sign of a cloud passing by. If my heart won't behave in the usual way.
Experience the power of Sanctuary at the Lincoln Wishlist event.
At Chipotle, real food always starts with real ingredients in real kitchens. When you order Chipotle, real food starts with you. Whether it's in restaurant, pickup, or delivery. However you Chipotle is the easiest way to Chipotle.
You clean dishes as you cook to save time and stay ahead of the mess. But scrubbing still takes time. Now there's Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. The faster, easier way to clean as you go. It cleans grease 5 times faster. On easy messes, just spray, wipe, and rinse. On tough messes, the spray-activated suds cut through grease on contact without water. Just wipe and rinse. Get dishes done faster. Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. Now available in free and clear.
You are trouble.
I did what I did to save my son, but this is not who I am. I'm just a cleaning lady.
The Cleaning Lady series premiere tomorrow on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Lincoln. This winter, wish for the unexpected.
Entertained crowd, entertaining game. Jets up 24-17. And for the first time, the regular season, 18 weeks. Next weekend's season finale will have games on both Saturday and Sunday. Matchup times will be determined following this weekend, ensuring whatever the best matchups you'll want to see. So it's one of the last shots to change the playoff picture, the seeding, the season finale next weekend. Let's get more on what happened with Antonio Brown, and back to Jen.
Chris, this Bucs sideline still reeling from all the excitement, shall we say, over Antonio Brown. There are his shoulder pads. You can see them. An athletic trainer calmly tucked them between the benches. That's what he pulled off first. O.J. Howard and Mike Evans trying to convince him to keep them on. Obviously, they were unsuccessful. Then, of course, Antonio Brown makes that dash across the end zone. And, Chris, you said you at first thought it was a shirtless fan. That's what the security guards thought, too, because they were watching the play. They turned around and saw a man without a shirt. They went to try to tackle him until someone pointed out it was Antonio Brown, and they let him make his way to the locker room.
Well, at least security couldn't tackle him. Rashad Perryman loses the football. Was he down? The official says he was down right at the 45.5-yard line. We'll check that spot, but ruled him down. They're going to spot it at the 46. So Perryman, the ball he's down there. Couldn't tell if the ball came out. Brandon Eccles now is the injured player for the Jets. They're checking on him. It's quite a heck of a game. Hope that he's okay.
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom. She always said, food is love. So when she moved in with us, a new kitchen became part of our financial plan.
There was a dream.
I want to make the most of every meal we have together.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
Today, business is a balancing act.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
You want your data to be protected and secured. And your customers want seamless and easy. With IBM, you can do both. Your company can monitor threats across your clouds, address all those regulations, and still create all new experiences. Trustworthy AI-powered security. That's why so many businesses work with IBM.
Fox tonight. Experience the most extraordinary, most challenging,
I hope you came to compete.
most revolutionary cooking competition ever.
Oh, no!
It's Gordon Ramsay like you've never seen him before.
We're not just going to give out $250,000. You've got to earn it.
When the contestants face off and the chef mentors go to war.
You guys are done for, trust me.
I got the squad.
I've got my winner.
Next Level Chef series premiere tonight on Fox.
This has been the game plan all year. And it got us to the playoffs. Why change now?
America's Game of the Week coming up. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals trying to get back on track against Dak Prescott and the NFC East champion Cowboys. Daryl's Cowboys. We'll see. Some will get the Lions, Seahawks, or Panthers, Saints. It's America's Game of the Week on Fox Sports app. Check the local listing. The game in your area. Is he lost? Did he ride in with you and Bradshaw from LaGuardia?
Well, the big question is that CeeDee Lamb? Is that Michael Irvin?
Yes.
Drew Pearson?
And Eccles, okay, apparently checking his shoulder. He had the interception earlier, right before the half. Guidry has come in. The corners for these Jets, I mean, Eccles, a rookie, and then you have Bryce Hall, second-year player. They've hung in there with the safeties against Brady. Vaughn carries, and Keyshawn Vaughn gets the first down. Inside the 45 of the Jets. So without Antonio Brown, Jalen Darden, the rookie on the COVID list, Justin Watson inactive to start. We've seen Perryman, we've seen Tyler Johnson, and Cyril Grayson, and Scotty Miller is available. Well,
that to me, Antonio Brown has made the decision for you today. We don't have to look at what our starting three wide receivers is going to be down the stretch and then into the playoffs. It's going to be Mike Evans, Rashad Perryman, and Cyril Grayson. Those are going to be my three. And then, as you pointed out, you've got Tyler Johnson and Scotty Miller there to go in. But let's let Tom start working with those three guys and get comfortable, because Antonio Brown just walked off the field and left his team during the course of a game. He should not be a part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers moving forward.
And what about Tom Brady, who has gone out on a limb for him in the past?
Tom is very disciplined in what he does. He wants to win championships. That's how he's wired. He always wants to win. And he felt that Antonio Brown would give him that opportunity. He can't feel the same way after what happened today.
Brady throws and couldn't hold it at the 15 was Mike Evans. He was working with Bryce Hall, trying to come back and inside of Hall. Hall did a good job of just distracting Evans.
Yeah, a really nice job by Mike Evans, because this is a little bit underthrown, and Tom sees the positioning of the defender and he gets it behind, and Mike Evans just can't complete that catch.
Looked like there was some, I guess, no tug of the jersey, but some hand grabbing there that if the officiating crew was calling it tight. But now it's 3rd and 6. Tyler Johnson in motion. Brady has a moment, going to that same area of the field, and incomplete. No flags. Cyril Grayson, the speedster, the target, and the Jets defense comes up big. Let's see if they send out the punting unit, and they're going to do that.
Yeah, I didn't like that play call on 3rd and 6. A shot down the field between Tom Brady and Cyril Grayson. It's still trying to develop that chemistry. A Mike Evans shot, yeah, that makes sense to me, but not in that scenario right there. I would like to see something kind of underneath where we're doing some of those mesh routes and trying to free one of your wide receivers for a running catch.
Yeah, or even Gronkowski underneath, who's got 6 catches in the game. Fair catch called for at the 9. Berrios, and 2-touchdown game for him. Just over 12 minutes remain here in the 4th quarter. The Jets offense, they started out fast. They've done enough to protect the lead, and they have the football deep in their own territory. It's a good game.
Next question.
Archie, is this your first meeting with Caesar and Cleopatra?
We met in Miami in 2007.
Ah, the helmet catch. Right, Eli?
Actually, that was 2008 in Phoenix. Miami was Peyton's first Super Bowl.
Also great, but not as great as the helmet catch.
I would have hit him in the numbers, probably.
Who cares? We're all Caesars. Am I right? Even Cooper. He's my favorite.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Nice. We are all Caesars, and the Mannings are also Caesars.
When does an underdog stop being an underdog? After the first big win? The second? Try never. Because being an underdog isn't about how much you win. It's about how hard you're willing to work for it and making sure your opponents never know your next move. Which is why some of us make a point of staying underdogs, even when we're on top. Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
A record-breaking storm hits Texas.
This is Captain Owen Strand requesting emergency assistance. I don't know if I'll be able to fix this.
Let's move! 911 Lone Star season premiere, followed by the premiere of The Cleaning Lady, tomorrow on Fox.
Seton Hall clashes with UConn. And Michigan State battles Michigan. College hoops tip off Saturday at 11:30 Eastern on Fox.
Anytime you watch a Jet game, you hear Jets, no matter what the record is or what it is, you think of this guy.
One of the best ever.
Super Bowl title, and still love to hear him talk. Enthusiasm for the game. And I'm sure he'd be proud. I'm sure he's watching Zach Wilson in this game as fans are appreciating the last 3 games coming in for Wilson. He's protected the football well. We've seen some really excellent throws today, and you said tight windows that he worked them through for catches.
The biggest thing, no interceptions. And he's gone the last 3 games without turning the football over, throwing it. So that's the biggest thing today, playing a clean game, the whole team playing a clean game, and that's what you're going to have to do against Tampa Bay in the month of January.
But the Bucs have turned the defensive heat up a notch. Walter brought down, and they had the blitz going. It was Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, the rookie, the first rounder for Tampa Bay. Jason Light, the GM, drafting him, adding him to this Super Bowl roster that is mostly intact for Todd Bowles and that defense.
Todd Bowles raved about him as one of the pieces that he's found, during this course of the season with all the injuries. He's moved Joseph Tryon-Shoyinka all through the lineup.
Incomplete, knocked down in the end zone. Yeah, he's definitely making sure that the rookie doesn't get comfortable.
You got to compliment this Tampa Bay defense, though. I mean, they come out here today. They forced a 3rd and 10 here after their offense sputtered on that 3rd and 6. They're going to be able to get a 3 and out right here and get Tom Brady the football back right away.
Well, and Wilson said, I know they're going to blitz. It's just where they're coming from. And even offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur said, if you guess, you're going to guess wrong. And here they come, and he has to rush the bounce pass and complete it. It's 4th down. And the punting unit will be out, and this should give the Buccaneer offense an excellent starting spot.
And it's, we talk about Vita Vea in that run defense, but watch number 50 right there engage with Dan Feeney, the center. He's coming right up the middle, and Zach Wilson's going to feel that. He's going to see that. Impacts the throw, forces him to get it out a little bit quicker.
Braden Mann, careful of a block here, has to get it out. Short kick that hits around the 45 of the Jets and bounces out of bounds. Hey, here's the voice of WWE on Fox, Michael Cole.
What's the fallout from WWE Day 1? And what's next for the Universal Champion Roman Reigns? Find out on the first SmackDown of the new year. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live this Friday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Seen some wrestle moves here by some offensive linemen of the Bucs. Called for some penalties. This is the best starting position field-wise for the Bucs after that 38-yard punt. Tampa Bay trying to come up with its biggest comeback win of this season. They trailed Indy by 10. This year they haven't had anything deeper than that they've come back from, as the completion is made to Gronkowski. There's a flag as he goes out of bounds around the 27-yard line.
Just amazing to me how he gets so wide open.
Let's watch the
critical situations.
I wonder, Darryl, if they thought his foot, if he stomped on somebody as he was going out of.
There is no foul on the play. It'll be 1st down Tampa Bay.
Watch number 87, and he usually wins on the release. Right there, I mean, Hamza, I just don't know what Nasruddin is doing on that play right there, because you want to protect yourself against the middle of the field, and we've got outside leverage, and Rob Gronkowski just crosses his face and makes an easy catch.
115 yards on 7 catches for Gronkowski. Brady is over 300 for the day. The pitch to Keyshawn Vaughn. He gets a block, but the Jets get through that. Mosley everywhere makes that stop. Time for a game break with Carissa.
Thanks, Chris. Raiders trailing 17-13, looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. Derek Carr connects with Hunter Renfrow for this 11-yard score. Raiders lead 20-17 over the Colts. Chris?
Wide open in the AFC for wild card spots. We did try and contact the Buccaneers front office. They politely declined on Antonio Brown, said we'll address that after the game. Meanwhile, they're trying to win the game. 2nd and 10. Brady's throw, quick, not enough for the first down. Le'Veon Bell, he stays inbounds. Brady, by the way, his 107th career 300-yard game. He's had 8 this season. And he's used to coming back, I'm sure, especially against the Jets when he was in New England.
I don't know if he trailed the Jets very often in New England.
Well, these fans living on the edge of their seat all day. The Jets have held the lead after that opening quarter. Evans and Grayson are top of your screen on 3rd and 7, and they got 2 tight ends in.
Just in case you don't know where 87 is.
Yes. Blitz is on. He dumps it off to Le'Veon Bell. He's got a first down. Dropped at the 11-yard line. The Bell pickup, and it was something Bruce Arians said, with all that's going on, we love it that our front office can get guys like this, like they did last year with Fournette.
Yeah, you're going to have 2 guys come off the edge right here, and nobody picks up Le'Veon Bell. Now, I don't think you want 2 blitzers. One of those guys should have peeled and picked up Le'Veon Bell in coverage. So maybe a mistake right there by the Jets off the edge with both blitzers coming and nobody picking up Le'Veon Bell.
In his 8th year, originally a Steeler, the Bucs' 4th team since the start of 2020. Bounced around with Baltimore and others, but a big catch there on a 3rd down. Bell to carry inside the 10.
But I think that's why you really, for me, I would have liked to have seen Ronald Jones kind of take that next step and be that guy on 3rd down, because that way on 1st and 2nd down, your whole playbook is open to you. You don't want to get to the point where you've got specific roles for your running backs, and they don't necessarily have to be a complete 3rd down running back, but interchangeable with the ability to do everything you're asked from that position.
Well, the Bucs have been trying to get Ronald Jones to take over that 3-down back role. That's Brate in motion. Brady looked like he wanted to pull that back in, and it's going to be a 3rd down. It's an incomplete pass. So here you can go to Evans. He's got a touchdown catch already. Gronkowski. There's still plenty of choices if you want to get a first down here before, or you just put it in the end zone.
Yeah, and it was going to go to Cameron Brate, and he slid a little bit, and Tom tried to pull that back, and he was sliding into the window. It was a good play by the Jets secondary. They were breaking on that. They saw that. So yeah, the guys that you mentioned, but Cameron Brate in these situations, we saw how good they were on that last touchdown when Tom turned it loose right as he broke back to the middle of the field.
Crowd standing. Brady looking, fires out of the hands, could have been caught, falling to the ground. Tyler Johnson. A safe enough throw, and now it's 4th and 8. Here comes Ryan Suckup to try a field goal.
He's stacked in the second back. He's going to go up. Breaks across the face of C.J. Mosley. You got everything you wanted. You have wide receiver on linebacker. He gets caught flat-footed. And Tyler Johnson has the separation, but can't make the catch.
And that's the difference. That's why the desperation for a sure-handed receiver beyond Mike Evans. That's why Johnson's one of the backup receivers. 27-yard try. And Ryan Suckup is good from that range. It's a 4-point Jet lead. Just over 7.5 minutes remain here in the fourth quarter.
I've been waiting. Come and get me. Ain't no way you can keep up.
Hey there, you getting some gas?
Just using your squeegee.
Well, this squeegee kind of comes with gas.
Squeegee isn't free?
Oh, that's free with gas.
Yeah, but it's a plug-in hybrid. I don't need gas.
Well, no gas, no squeegee.
No gas, no squeegee?
No gas, no squeegee?
No gas, no squeegee.
Now free squeegee?
Now free squeegee.
Squeegee.
Evolve your journey beyond the pump in the first ever Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EV.
How's those fries you've been craving? I'm hot, and I'm steamy, and oh man, do I smell delicious. I'm calling your name. Oh, Doug. Doug.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for these repairs may be tough to swallow.
Get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem for a whole lot less.
The KFC chicken sandwich is only served one way. Straight from the fryer, piping hot, and Kentucky Fried to order. If you don't like it this way, you'll have to go somewhere else. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
We all need help. Just different kinds. Maybe you need a little. Maybe you need a lot. At H&R Block, get the expert tax help you need, online and in person. Help is here.
This is Next Level Chef.
These chefs will have to compete at every level.
This is not next level cooking.
It was brutal. Oh my goodness me.
Next Level Chef premieres tonight on Fox.
Tom Brady missing Antonio Brown in the second half of this game after Brown strangely took his shirt off, threw it in the stands, ran off the field in frustration. And Daryl Johnson saying a moment ago, you got to be done with him if you're the Bucs. He's had, if you go back to 2018, he had a domestic violence issue with the Steelers, lawsuit by a female trainer, another incident. He had an 8-game suspension before 2020 season when he was with New England. And then this year, Antonio Brown, a fraudulent vaccination paper or some mix-up in that department that created problems for the team, even though on the field, when he's caught the ball, he's been productive.
Yeah, I mean, last week he's got 10 receptions for over 100 yards. I mean, it was over 50% of the targets from Tom Brady. So the value is there. But at a certain point in a guy's career when he's a troubled person, the negatives outweigh the positives. And that has become the situation for Antonio Brown with Tampa Bay at this point.
Yeah, we're not piling on here. I just want people to understand why you said, hey, you know, this is a strange incident. But you put that together with a number of other, for a guy who's been a veteran and in the league, and Bruce Arians, you know, said, hey, at one point he said, one more time from you and he's out of here. We know you have a troubled past. And then they got to let it slide a little bit. And now they'll make a decision according to those in charge after the game. Meanwhile, Arians says he wants his team to finish strong here. No resting of starters. They still have a chance. All they need to get the 2 seed, by the way, is for the Bucs to win and the Rams to lose. Right now, the Rams are losing to the Ravens. Number 1 seed could be a little more complex. From the 25-yard line, Wilson, middle of the field, first down catch. Nice job holding on to that by Keelan Cole.
Yeah, really doing a nice job into the middle of the field on these RPOs, right? You're going to ride Austin Walter a little bit right here, and then right into the middle of the field, right between the linebackers, and that's a good hit by Jordan Whitehead. Thought it might have gone helmet to helmet, but it looked like he had his shoulder there.
Pick up of 14 yards. Wilson, 220 passing yards in this game. Protected the football, has a touchdown toss. Blitz is on. It's picked up. Sidearm throw almost intercepted. Feet were tangled, so they may not throw a flag. It's Berrios and Jamel Dean.
Yeah, it really does look inadvertent. You're going to see right as Braxton Berrios kind of starts to separate and Zach Wilson throws him the football. Watch the feet. Could have been a hold there, you know, beyond the 5 yards. But that's the incidental contact right there at the point of the catch. But you know, the better opportunity for the flag might have been a little bit earlier.
Inadvertent, right? As kids would say, it was just an accident.
It was an accident. I didn't mean it.
Second down 10. Saleh doesn't think that's funny. The pitch to Berrios. Weaving his way through the Buccaneers. What a run! He was a step away.
He knows it.
Antoine Winfield saved what may have been a touchdown.
What a great job by Antoine Winfield, because he's kind of down on the ground. I think this is him all the way back here. See if we can stay with him the whole time. And watch, he's going to actually overrun it a little bit and be on the ground and be able to catch his balance. And if he doesn't make that tackle, Braxton Berrios is to the house.
Yeah, we've seen his surge, that speed explosion. Already a touchdown catch. AFC Special Teams Player of the Week is playing special today for the Jets. Walter thrown down by Ndamukong Suh in his career. Suh has taken the most defensive snaps of anybody since coming into the league when he first got into the NFL in 2010. It's over 9,800 plays. But they can't seem to slow down this running attack. Right, look at that. Look at the yard totals on the ground. And again, Tampa Bay one of the best against the run, allowing just 88 or so. Need 3 for a first down. Close. Anthony Nelson with the tackle.
That's the big thing about today is how effective that run game has been. And it was one of the things that Robert Saleh told us about his team against Jacksonville last week. Unfortunately, he's got COVID. He's watching it from the hotel room. But what he was impressed with was the running game. That's something that demonstrates what you're trying to build here. It takes attitude and mentality to do that. And even more so here today, this is the number 3 rush defense. I mean, there are teams that they don't even elect to run the football. Let's go back to the opener with Dallas versus Tampa Bay on Thursday night. As well as Dallas runs the football, Dak Prescott threw it 58 times.
He's short. There's the first down to the 37 of Tampa Bay. So Austin Walter, second-year running back from Rice, and Ty Johnson, third-year running back from Maryland, have carried the load here in the second half after the Carter injury.
Yeah, really nice inside trap right there. Good job by Austin Walter staying on that line. Don't deviate too much. Trust your guard that he's going to be able to kick Ndamukong Suh out and just come right off of his hip.
Jets doubled their win total from a year ago. Tennessee, Cincinnati, teams they beat that are likely going to the playoffs. And got the defending champs on the ropes. Johnson is loose. Ty Johnson to the 15 of Tampa Bay. Winfield again saved a touchdown.
I mean, if you're going to be able to go untouched into the secondary, you've got to have great blocking up to the second level. And that's exactly what happens right here. Watch your 2 linebackers right here. Watch them get blocked. Elijah Vera Tucker gets up to Devin White. And then you've got Laurent Duvernay-Tardif on, I think it's Kevin Minter, and just takes him to the ground.
A 22-yard run. They are gashing this Buccaneer defense. Ty Johnson is in at running back after that gainer. He stays. Gets the football, and this time he is wrapped up in a hurry. Remember, this Buck defense, not an excuse, but they're playing without Jason Pierre-Paul and Shaq Barrett, both of whom they expect back for the playoffs.
Yeah, but one of the things that Todd Bowles talked to us about was, kind of the emergence of some of these young guys. You mentioned Anthony Nelson today, Cam Gill. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka has been a guy that he was really excited about because they've gotten into some 3 outside linebacker personnel groups, and they've moved number 9 around through that front. So there could be some positives with all the injuries that they've had here. Todd Bowles has kind of gone through and found out exactly what the strengths of all these young guys are.
After a loss of 1, the Bucs had to use a timeout, so they have 1 remaining. Remember, they used one offensively coming out of the half that Brady was frustrated about. But what's key here is if you're the Bucs defense, you just can't give up the touchdown. I mean, you got to hold them to a field goal and then hope your offense can bring you into a tie. So Johnson and Walter in the backfield. I'll bet you didn't think you'd hear that in the fourth quarter with the Jets holding a 4-point lead. The give is to Walter. He gets down to the 11-yard line. And that will be the Bucs' final timeout. Again, if you tuned in late, bizarre. Antonio Brown, frustrating moments on the sideline, not necessarily with him, but with the Buccaneers. And in the middle of the teams on the field ready to snap the ball, that's Antonio Brown. Just unannounced. Mike Evans tried to calm him down. Jersey off, shirt off, throws it in the stands, runs off. Security thought it was a fan, as Jen Hale reported a moment ago. And Bruce Arians and the Bucs will have a tough decision to make.
I don't think it's a tough one.
It's the last thing you want heading into the postseason is a distraction like that.
Yeah. It's hard enough to win in the NFL. It's very, very hard to win back-to-back Super Bowl championships. And that is exactly what that guy is wired to do. He wants to go back and do it again this year. You cannot have self-inflicted incidents among your team because you're going to have challenge and adversity all year. You don't want to have it become from one of the guys inside your locker room.
Defense needs a stop. A low throw handled the bad snap, and he hauled that in. Barrios has been outstanding. Short of the first down here, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, but look at that bad snap. You know, short hops it. I mean, a huge play right here for the Jets offense, and it just gets off to a bad start. It was a heck of a job right there.
You're going instead of a field goal, and Barrios looks like he's trying to shake off some pain.
Well, it's funny, right? We talked to Robert Saleh about last week when you had the interim head coach coming in, and he was Ron Middleton was extremely aggressive with his decision-making and play calls, and he said, no, we're all good with that. I think he's taking a page out of the Ron Middleton book from last week here.
And a timeout used by the Jets on 4th and 2. I don't know if they were unsure. We're trying to draw the Bucs off, but boy, you could play for the field goal, and I think he was frustrated that they didn't run the play. We're speculating here. They were running, the play clock was close to expiring as well.
But it pays such huge dividends for your team when you know how aggressive your coach is in this situation. That means he believes in you. He trusts you to go make this play, a 4th and 2 against the defending Super Bowl champs, to put yourselves ahead by 11.
And I think what he did too, or maybe wanted to let the clock run down as far as he could, so that using up time, and then even if they don't get it. No timeouts, Tampa Bay. 2 for the Jets, but all they need to do is convert this. And it could be lights out for the Bucs.
Hey, they've earned his trust this afternoon. They played a heck of a game. And go down swinging, right? Don't put the game in Tom Brady's hands. Keep it in your own team's hands. I like this call.
Zach Wilson keeps it. I don't think he got it. There wasn't much room there, and it wasn't a short yard either. There was a lot there. The Buccaneer defense with the game on the line.
What have we talked about all afternoon, though, in the run game? Where's the one place you don't want to go, and where they have had the most success? They've run really well off the edges. Attacking the edges on the outside zones. The one place you don't want to go is where these 3 really big guys are. Vita Vea, Ndamukong Suh, William Golston. And just, there's no movement at all. And now you got your edge guys coming in and securing everything.
And even though he's a good open field runner, I mean, Zach Wilson's your quarterback. Your running backs have been doing an excellent job.
The big play, we're talking about inside there, is Joe Tryon-Shoyinka coming off the edge because it was a short edge, and then after everything was stuffed, he was the one who got Zach Wilson and wasn't going to let him slide off for the yardage.
Tyler Johnson the catch. This could take us trying to snap it quickly. No timeouts, Tampa Bay, but you like that they went for it. We got that.
I don't like the play call.
And the Bucs defense stood up, but still the Jets defense has a chance to secure this game. We've reached the 2-minute warning here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. NFC South champs, defending Super Bowl champs, are trailing with 2 minutes to go, and Tom Brady out of timeouts.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
That's got to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
At Lowe's, with endless ways to organize what you need, you'll find some of the peace of mind you want at prices you really want. Start the year fresh at Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Store and Save event now, in-store and online.
You could fret about that email you just sent with a typo, and most of the info is totally outdated. Or you could use Slack and edit your message after it's sent. Whew. Slack, where the future works.
Hulu has live TV? Hulu has live sports?
They do.
It also has over 75 live channels.
Woo! Flip like cable, stream like Hulu.
The BK $5 Your Way meal is here to make your choice easy and so tasty. Go straight to the Double Whopper Jr. with piping hot small fries, 4-piece crispy nuggets, and a refreshing small drink. Can you believe you get all this for only $5? The $5 Your Way meal, only at Burger King.
Week 17 continues later today on CBS and Fox, then tonight on NBC. Tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Today's game is sponsored by Burger King. Get the $5 Your Way meal with the Double Whopper Jr.
All right, this guy enjoying the game, and so are Jet fans, but can they hang on against Brady? 4-point lead for the Jets. He's out of timeouts, but 66 game-winning drives, most by any quarterback in the last 7 decades, and that's whether it's fourth quarter, overtime, playoffs. Familiar territory, but he's down, star runner, a star receiver. Quick pass and tackled right away. They've done a nice job. That's Grayson. His speed important. Michael Carter the second making that play. Buck receivers haven't been able to break a lot of those tackles. But he got the first down. Brady knocked away. Would have been short of the first down. Bryce Hall knocked it away from Grayson.
They've done a nice job on the outside during the course of the afternoon. Now, this is a situation where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trying to sort out that wide receiver position, but you got to hand it to them. Brandon Echols, Bryce Hall done a nice job during the course of the game.
You got the speed of Perryman and Cyril Grayson. Underneath, hit hard. That's Grayson trying to spot that ball. The clock's running. He's going to need 4 yards here on third down. And he has time. Catch made for the first down, but only to the 30-yard line. It's Tyler Johnson. Brady is he's so calm in these situations. Le'Veon Bell wearing 6 comes in, as you see. Excellent in pass protection. Also a very good receiver. 3 catches today. Brady, middle of 2 Jet defenders. Tyler Johnson the target, incomplete.
They're doing a nice job of keeping everything in front of them right there. Almost an opportunity for Tyler Johnson to get past Elijah Riley, but
remember Robert Saleh talked about his young secondary, how well they've improved. First and second year players. Snap, Brady fires open at midfield to the 45, and inside the 45 is Tyler Johnson. 49 seconds counting, less than that. No spike from Brady, clock running. Sideline throw, he needs to get out of bounds, and he does it.
Nice tackle.
Right at the first down marker. Grayson caught it, but Bryce Hall made sure he didn't get out of bounds. 25 seconds. Catch made to the end zone. Cyril Grayson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
They had done such a good job in the beginning of this drive of forcing Tom Brady to take everything short and in the field of play. And then all of a sudden, the last couple of throws, we've got some breakdowns, and they're hitting the deep ball. And just a little bit late getting to the outside. Elijah Riley You've got your corner held up a little bit by the short route. He's got to get back and get over the top.
Brady had to show you that arm strength, too, to deliver that, because had that ball hung in the air. 33 yards. We welcome those of you that watch the Rams knock off the Ravens 20-19. The Bucs have trailed most of this game, down 14 a moment ago. On a 4th and 2, instead of a field goal, the Jets went for the first down inside the 20 of Tampa Bay. Failed, and Brady, without timeouts, marches them all the way back. Touchdown toss to Cyril Grayson, going for 2 to make it a 28-24 game. Le'Veon Bell gets it. This would be the biggest comeback this year for Brady and the Bucs. And Tom Brady, 3 touchdown passes today.
What a great block by Alex Kappa. One of the guys, he's not a Pro Bowler, he's an alternate, but watch this block at the point of the attack. I mean, that's where the hole is opened up for Le'Veon Bell.
That's 40 touchdown passes for this season. Tom Brady now, 3 seasons with 40 or more. That ties Aaron Rodgers for most in the history of the NFL. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers here at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. A 14-point comeback. Tom Brady without timeouts. A touchdown a moment ago, his 3rd touchdown pass of this game.
And as you pointed out, just so calm through that whole drive. I mean, there's just no sense of panic. It's such a been there, done that thing for Tom Brady. But the big challenge all afternoon has been getting comfortable with this new group of wide receivers, and they really found something in the late 3rd quarter through the 4th quarter with Cyril Grayson, with Rashad Breeland,
and Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, and Rashad Perryman, Tyler Johnson, with Mike Evans. So,
but he didn't have Antonio Brown, who freaked out in this game and ran off in the second half. But Daryl, that drive was 93 yards in less than 2 minutes.
Well, part of the reason that I think Robert Saleh feels comfortable going for it on 4th down when the Jets did, instead of kicking a short field goal, was, hey, they've got to drive the entire length of the field with no timeouts. Never underestimate Tom Brady with the game on the line.
And that's why it forced him to go for it. This is Berrios. Braxton Berrios has 2 touchdowns today. And last week a kickoff return for a score. 9 seconds. This was a crazy second half. Ty Johnson, good running game after Michael Carter left injured. Antonio Brown freaked out on the sideline. The Bucs teammates couldn't calm him. He took his shirt off and ran off the field. But Cameron Brate, and that was a 4th and goal. Touchdown from Brady. 4th and 2, as we mentioned a moment ago. Wilson kept and tried to get it, didn't get it. And then Brady marching him downfield to Cyril Grayson. Backup receiver, and the comeback in the books. 9 seconds before the Bucs could secure the victory. Wilson's in trouble. Floats one out of bounds. Wilson has not turned it over today, other than turning it over on downs. That was funny. Brady actually caught that ball from, remember the 22-year difference between these guys. 22-year-old Zach Wilson, 44-year-old Tom Brady, and he one-hands it.
He's got a guy in front of him who's going up for the catch. He just sits in the chair and makes the catch.
And born on the same birth date, August 3rd, 1977 for Brady. Worth repeating for those of you that didn't hear that earlier. 1999 for Zach Wilson. Has a touchdown today and played an excellent game with a strong running game, but lost one of his offensive linemen, a star runner. Berrios trying to pitch. The Bucs are on it, and that's how it goes. 28-24, Brady. Another comeback, another beating of the Jets. The Bucs get win number 12. Stay alive with a chance to increase their seeding in the playoffs after securing last week the title in the NFC South. Rams won as well. Cowboys playing Arizona later, and the Packers Vikings on Monday night. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, Jen Hale, our entire crew. Thanks for being a part of the NFL on Fox. We'll head back to L.A. in the studio. They'll recap before America's Game of the Week. Oh, yeah.